tonight, and you're gonna love it. We've been waiting to move, and I'm going slow. Let's hit the road and make it up as we go. Oh, let's go. Oh, baby, don't change your mind. Let's get in trouble. I want nothing but you. No holding back. Don't need a bag, baby, we'll leave everything. You and me is all we need. We've been busy sleeping. We could live our dream in daylight. It's right, just go with the feeling. Take my hand, we'll ruin our plans. We'll leave it all behind. We gotta leave tonight. Get away, feeling kinda reckless when you're here with me. Baby, say the word and we can disappear. We run all the lights to our getaway. Oh, you're my getaway. Let's get away, seeing all the damage that we need to leave. And if we make it out, it won't be make believe. We run all the lights to our getaway. Oh, you're my getaway. Lights will expose the night. We're getting closer. Blonde waves crashing on me. As long as we're gone, it's where we belong. Maybe we're just passing through. Meet me at the hotel room. We've been busy sleeping. We could live our dream in daylight. It's right, just go with the feeling. Take my hand, we'll ruin our plans. We'll leave it all behind. We gotta leave tonight. Get away, feeling kinda reckless when you're here with me. Baby, say the word and we can disappear. We run all the lights to our getaway. Oh, you're my getaway. Let's get away, seeing all the damage that we need to leave. And if we make it out, it won't be make believe. We run all the lights to our getaway. Oh, you're my getaway.
But baby, I'll drive. Spotty and Clyde to the sun, you're mine. Nothing but time to lose. And we'll be running on fumes.
Stop. The memories flood in my head. Just like the waves, babe, we were endless. Drowning in your eyes, pull me in your
Meow.
Hello, and welcome to Titan After Dark, the show where we do Titan esports recaps as well as some just general shenanigans, of course. I'm your host today, Goldengad, generally joined by Goldyn, but honestly, I don't know where she is. I mean, I guess we could give it a go. Does anyone have any shout-outs of where she could possibly be? I mean, I'm kind of seeing something a little strange. Usually her setup's pretty clean. I've never seen red in it before. I think is that her down there? Maybe. Oh, slowly rising. Oh my God, is that her? It's Goldyn!
I'm not golden.
Joined, of course, by me.
No,
What we got?
I'm not golden tonight, everybody. Can anyone guess who I am? I'll only respond to this tonight. I'm not golden tonight.
You're Waluigi, I know.
No, I am not. I am not Waluigi. That'd be a good costume. That'd be a good costume. I could be Waluigi and you could be, what's the other one? Wario?
Wario, yeah.
Wario could be Wario. No, I'm Waldo. Can you find
Hi, Waldo.
me? Glad
Everyone
you found
say
me.
hi.
Hi. Thanks for finding me. So, okay.
Let's do a quick audio rebalance, just real quick. We got something in chat, of course.
We do.
You know, this show is live, so make sure you guys can tune in every other Friday, at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. If you'd like to tune in and watch this show live, and we do, of course, have Twitch chat open for anyone to interact. So,
All right.
glad
Well, I just
anyone
turned
can
you
stop by.
up to 300%. So,
True.
don't scream. I really hope that audio sounds
well,
better
no
to everybody
promises.
else. But anyway, so tonight we are going to be reviewing some of the top clips from this week. Playoffs did start, so you would think that means that these clips are gonna be better quality. We've seen some kind of fun ones throughout the split, you know. Of course, when you're missing, you know, an ult or you're just, you know, walking in a straight line, of course Titan has to catch that. But I don't know. Do you think that finals will have better quality, or do you think they're gonna be just as bad as normal season?
I mean, finals may. However, we're still in round of 16 for some tournaments. You know, there's still some shenanigans that are occurring. Considering I casted Divinity on Monday, that was an interesting set of games there. You know, just saying, there's always some crazy stuff that happens, but there was some good stuff as well. Sometimes we always got to get those pentakills in, but there's also those times where someone flashes in place, and it's just unfortunate. But everyone gets clipped. We are not biased here on this show. No, everybody can be clipped.
Anybody and everybody. If it is entertaining, cool, stupid, you're equally as likely to get clipped if you do something really dumb, if you do something really cool. So let's get into it. Let's see if I can. Our producer. Oh, okay, I worked. Cool. Our producer is on vacation right now, so I'm really.
Yeah.
So this one's called Bard Bop. So I'm gonna guess we need to watch the Bard. Watch the chimes.
Watching the Bard. However, the entire enemy team died, so I think we missed it.
Yeah,
right?
it's probably at the beginning here. Yeah, it'll loop over. It's just Sports Center top 10. You know. All right, here we go. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
I'm watching. Okay. Hits 2. Is he gonna line it up?
Okay, there it is. Okay. And you know,
hey, we can count to 2.5 on this stream. Just saying, we can.
2.5. You know, BR is, I watched his, this was actually one of the games that I produced this week, and this guy, actual Chad, like, plays like he cannot die and usually doesn't. Gotta be one of the most ballsy supports I have ever watched in general. And this, I mean, I feel like this kind of is just less ballsy, but more Chad energy. Like, he walks up, he does the bop, gets the chimes, walks away.
Yeah, I mean, Bard is one of those champions that I'm not gonna say he's broken, but he's like, he has so many tools and can have like an infinite amount of builds, whether you're super tanky, super squishy, super damage heavy. It doesn't really matter. He's kind of doing whatever. So honestly, the good champion choice, matching the player makes a lot of sense to me. That's a pretty good clip.
You know what I do want to see though, and as we kind of move to this next clip, I want to know what runes he took. Like, I want to know, did he take Electrocute? Did he take Spellbook?
I know Spellbook's huge right now, but let's look a little bit at this clip. They're obviously going for a big dive here. The whole cavalry right on this top side. That is just the top lane life, you know? That's just how it goes.
So this is why this clip is called Teamwork. It's the power of friendship. Pulling off a fantastic dive. Nobody on blue team dies here. Everybody on ice gets out and walks away. And it's just super clean. And there's not really a great counterplay. I guess this is what you do when you've got bot lanes swapping lanes at pre-6. You
Can I
just
say that the
you
the
butt
team name
fuck 'em.
Ice may not be the most
I
appropriate
know.
anymore.
I really should. As soon as I said it, I was really embarrassed. And can we pretend I didn't say that? I do
Yeah.
not support ICE whatsoever. Okay. So we're just gonna ignore that. We're gonna go on. It's the power of friendship, okay? Power of friendship
True.
here. All right.
They really locked them down under that turret.
They did. All right, we're gonna move on to my personal favorite clip of this set.
Okay, here we go. Okay, dodging out on the queue here. Religion. Oh. I mean, we talked about failing flashes,
You
right?
brought it up and you didn't know what this clip was. I did, so I tried not to squeal when you said we've all failed a flash because we have one.
Hey, that one's pretty difficult. It's not as difficult as like the top lane or bot lane flash over the really thick wall one, but it's definitely up there. This one,
Yeah. You
I mean, it
know,
was just greedy on the angle, you know?
it was, and you can see he's still kind of pathing down. I think he probably fell victim to the thing where you click on the wall and instead of it pushing you towards the wall, it takes you down instead of into the wall. It looks like that's probably what happened with that keybind. We've all had that happen to us. See, like it looks like he touched the wall instead of trying to get close to the wall. Because if you touch terrain, it just pushes you down. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mhm.
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
talking
I
about?
definitely know what you're talking about. The flash angle, though, you could tell he flashed diagonally down left, which you got to flash directly across if you're gonna make it around that.
Really, this is very, very true. So, as this is what we said earlier, that you have just as good a chance to be featured on Titan After Dark if you're dumb or if you're good. So,
Yeah.
we've got another fun team fight clip coming up here.
So we reward being not painfully average is what I'm hearing here.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Whoa, that's a way damage.
Just
Ugh.
there's no way. I mean, honestly, I'm very entertained by the champion of Hue because whenever I play him, if I put my ult on somebody, they run away from the other person like they are on actual fire. But they all decided, yeah, clumping up. I mean, there's not really anywhere else for them to go, but like it's satisfying, but it's frustrating because it never happens to me.
Yeah, I think what's crazy is Hui starts this clip at the back of the dragon pit, maybe one of the worst places to be
Yeah.
without flash. And instead of him dying, as you'd expect, everybody else dies, which is just impressive.
I think it's rather funny because if I was him, my butthole would be clenched. I would literally be like,
Well, I think it's still maybe. I think it definitely still maybe.
it might
a
be
little-
still clenched. Might
Yeah.
still be feeling that clench. Overall, I think this. I mean, this is just a good wholesome clip, and I mean his teammates feel for him. Like watch it one more time as you said, he is stuck in like the worst position possible. Like you can see him down here. I wish you could see my cursor, but he's down here. Vex ult, and his teammates are helping him with the Lilias, pulling everyone away from him, and you've got the knock up from the Yone, and overall just like definitely would not have happened without the teammates. So shout out to your teammates, Way.
Team game, of course, and here we got another clip here. We're starting in the dragon pit. Got some action here with the Nocturne going in. Grabs the dragon, of course.
This
And,
is one of my
I mean-
favorite combos, is the Orianna Nocturne. The only way this could have been, no way, the only way that this could have been better is if they had a Misfortune ADC. My favorite combo is Orianna mid, Nocturne or jungle, and Misfortune ADC. There's no way around it. And you can see, like here, imagine there's just a Misfortune behind the pit, bullet timing your face off. Right? Like, I know Quirky does damage here, but I just, all in all, I mean, just like such good timing. He hits the lights, Orianna decides she's going to hit a huge knock up, just is doing ungodly amounts of damage. This is just, they play that. It's another kind of power of teamwork clip here. Like, they all played this extremely well, which is disgusting to me because it's a Dorado team. And if you know anything about me, you know I hate Dorado. So we're just gonna ignore the fact that I praised them.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I don't know.
ignore
This
the
is
fact that I
weird.
praised them. We're gonna ignore it.
I think the coolest thing about that clip, though, was definitely that they didn't even. Oh, that's just unfortunate. What we just witnessed. That's I mean, that's Talia. Oh, hey, got out for free. I mean, it's like the embarrassment walk of shame with that ult there. Just like, ooh.
I mean, he's
Okay,
racing
I'm out.
towards it and knows. You right, like you can't get out of the Herald, right? So he gets in this. It's like, yeah, this is gonna happen. He's like, oh, there's the indicator. Yeah, okay. Like, what's going through your
Well
head at
played.
that point, Goldengad, when you see that Talia wall go up and you know there's nothing you can do?
I mean, it's just a damn well played. Okay, I'm out. I mean, the ult really tells it all. Like the Rise ult away. It's
Yeah,
like,
he didn't
okay,
even,
yeah.
from what I remember of this clip, there's nobody else there. He's just like, yeah, you know what? I'm out. I'll see you another
Yeah,
time.
you got that one.
Bye, Talia. Good play, buddy. Good play, buddy. Yeah, the only thing that I think could have made this funnier if it was Mundo, and then Mundo can't go where he pleases.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you
There
know,
was a Mundo in that game.
there was, and that's why when I saw the Mundo icon, I got really excited because I was like, I'm gonna make the best joke of this clip ever, and it wasn't him. But I think it's funny how many weird Talia interaction clips we get. Do you remember a few weeks back when we had that Talia Vi interaction?
Oh, yeah, the follow. Yep.
Yeah, where
That's
Vi
right.
just happens to perfectly ult Talia at the right time and goes for a fucking slip and slide ride. Like, just it's so interesting because I don't think I could pull any of these interactions off if I really tried. They're so well timed, it's almost unintentional.
My favorite one is Maokai and doing the same thing as Vi, just because it's like a basic ability, so it happens all the time.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next one here.
This is
This
the
is another
Rise Pentakill. So
Rise Pentakill, huh?
we gotta
He's
watch
kinda,
this
he's
from the
kinda.
beginning. One thing I want you to know is his name is Ryzini.
Oh, so he's cooking up something.
He's cooking, and he claims that there was no relation to that, but like to Rise and Ryzini being the names, but I think there was. I think there is. He has a great flank here, and is just. I mean, he was also fed before this. He has like 10 kills before this fight, and ends it with 15.
Yeah. I mean, Rise is one of those champions you got to keep in check. There's a reason it's like so prevalent, So
Mm-hmm. What I want to know is, so we see a Callista in this game, and I want to watch really closely to how many spears he gets inside him and leaves with, because I want to see if we think that Ren would have killed him.
yeah, let's see. I mean, it's going straight into Renekton. I mean, definitely not.
No, it would
If
have done a decent amount of damage, but nah. Needed like 12 more
Yeah.
spears in there.
I mean, if he was able to get the Renekton transfer onto Rise, maybe,
Maybe, yeah.
but then you'd need more damage. So good luck with that.
I think that
But
the rise from the previous clip, you might need to take some notes from the Master Ryzini over here.
I don't know, man. Oh my, wait! I just looked at that Vel'Koz's HP bar. That was disgusting.
This is what I'm saying. Man knows he's strong. Man knows he's powerful. He's a capable, powerful young man. A bald man. A purple man, if you will. Don't need
He
no.
is purple.
Don't need
I
no
feel
other
there's an
man.
erasure. Okay, there's an erasure here of Rise, right? He used to be more purple. He's now like more blue, and I have
Erasure.
problems with that. Like there's some like zeitgeist removal of purple Rise. Now he's blue. There's something wrong.
I mean, you can see in the little icon there, his base is still really purple compared to the blue around for the Pentakill.
Yeah, but
I
he
agree
was
in
more
his like
purple.
skins. But everybody was more something in the originals. Like Mundo was more ugly and Misfortune was more sexy, and they were all more back in the day.
It's just not the same.
It is
It-
not. But
Man was purple.
if you want to see some old skins, some old items and all that stuff later in the show tonight, we're going to do old school trivia with some of our players. They're going to have to guess what those champions are, what those items are. So you get to see some old stuff, and let me just say it was traumatizing.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
have to
hey,
fix this real quick. I did not realize this clip was so far blown up that we could not see it. So we'll wait for the replay. My apologies, chat. This one was a little blown up, more than I had expected. Just like that Vel'Koz got blown up.
Okay, there's a lot of things happening in this clip, so I'm glad I'm like pre-watching it right now.
This
Just
is,
like
you
breaking
know
down
what?
a
You know,
bit.
remember how I told you there was an issue with the icons and none of them matched up? This is actually matching up because it is a Zinzao clip.
Yeah, that is pretty good
It is
right
fate.
there. This
I
is a
once again
penta?
apologize
What the
that
hell?
our producer is on vacation.
Yeah, why would they ever think of
He's
going on
getting
vacation?
down at a comic convention.
Comic-Con is happening this weekend, so
Okay.
does make a lot of sense there. Okay, so yeah, this clip, I mean, it looks like it should be favored for red, but I think they just overextend slightly here in this one, and then I mean, Xin Zhao just starts healing. That's what he does. He's just guzzling all his HP of all these hits with the passive, of course, and Triumph procs and anything you could really imagine here, and he ends up just getting a penta out of nowhere. That is the definition of out of nowhere. They're not even next to an objective, by the way, so they're fist fighting straight up for fun at level 12.
Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of interesting because Xin Zhao, I feel like, has gotten a lot of presence in the past few months in, in comp, in just patches, in general. And I haven't seen him as much in solo queue. I don't know if you've seen him much in solo queue, but this is what I think he's truly become when you let him. Like, nobody's really trying to hit him here because he's peeling himself well enough, right? And as you said, he just keeps healing. And we even had a top clip last show where he did eventually die, unlike this Zinzao, it's a penta, but like the healing is disgusting on this guy. I almost feel like it's bordering on unbalanced.
I'm also very curious how so as a caster, I'm very curious how the casters for this clip or this entire best of 5 are able to even cast with the name that the Xinjiao has, to be honest, because I would not be brave enough to say it.
That's a great point. I think we've all had those scenarios where, like, what do I call this player? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
sometimes they
famously,
get names, like, slid through that really should probably not have been. I find this one funny, though.
yeah, I mean, famously there was a Vietnamese Diddy and
Yep.
Mexican Mid in one
Yep.
team,
Yep.
that I had to cast multiple times because they made the finals. So
Yep. I
they've been
remember
around for
this.
weeks,
I remember this. And we
and
were
we were
just
like, do we
like, the
just
mid
call them
laner!
Viet?
The mid
Yeah.
laner!
And then we called him MM for Mexican Mid, and then people were like, "Oh, you could just call Vietnamese Diddy Viet," and I'm like, "I
That doesn't
guess."
feel that much better, though. That really.
His name in real life is Viet, so I'm like,
Oh,
okay, fine.
okay. Yeah, that gives a little bit more. I mean, the Diddy part is still pretty unforgivable, if you ask me, but. All right, our last one here. Our last one here.
Let's see. What's it got? Okay,
I
just nukes the hell out of that
just
Seraphine.
obliterated Seraphine. This is so if you look at the ADC's name is Doom, and this clip is called You're Doomed. Like, just
That's on brand.
you think you get to back? Obliterated.
I didn't even realize the Pantheon Spear also landed on top of her forehead. So you
Did
know
it? Even if
that's
she manages
so
to
much damage.
even if she manages to survive that assault, she's going to get fisted by Pantheon.
Yeah, no, for sure. There was no. Hey, you recall right there. I mean,
Yeah, I
Loki
don't think
deserved.
she know. I mean, she's a support. She should know that they probably have vision around the area. My whole thing was I also was a part of this match that I streamed, and you know who this guy reminds me of on Ezreal?
Yeah, who?
Elk. It got banned the first 2 games. He doesn't get it banned from him this game, and he takes it and demolishes. So Doom, if you're watching, if any of your friends are watching, I want you to know the high praise that you're getting, that you are playing
Bans as
Ezreal
Ezreal.
like one of the best Ezreal ADCs in the pro scene. Elk on Ezreal is terrifying for any team, even T1. You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's good. That's good kudos for sure. I mean, that clip is more. I would honestly say more fail than I don't know, boom.
True,
Boom
but I
pro.
also got to watch the rest of that game, so I have more context that he just kept doing that. over and
That's
over
fair.
and over again. Not just like the one picks because somebody's backing in a bad position, but like the disheartening you're getting railed by somebody who pretty much only has ability shots, no real auto attacks, kind of a little bit, but like you know what I mean. I don't know. It
Yeah, I
always
mean,
feels
hey,
more sad to get killed by an Ezreal when you're just kind of like running side to side. You're like, please, 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 oh my god, don't arcane shift on my
and
ass.
everything hits. Everything hits.
How are you hitting these? That's
Yeah.
my standard Ezreal experience. I don't know if you've shared that experience.
A little bit. I'll say I always have deep respect for Ezreal players, and one of my favorite players of all time is like one of my favorite teams of all time is the old Samsung Galaxy roster with like
Mm.
Cuvee, Ruler, Crown. I know people don't like Crown nowadays, but Crown was cool back then.
It was
Kind of. It was different. It was different. He didn't go to NA yet. He wasn't that bad. Okay, when he went to
NA
NA, yes,
didn't
he was
ruin
freaking
him.
terrible. He was terrible, but I blame NA. I don't blame him. And then it also had, of course, Core JJ, world champion, the greatest player to touch support in NA, of course. So that roster, you don't. If you see Ruler on Ezreal, you run. So that's why I have always a great deep respect for Ezreal players. So
I mean,
gotta put it in there.
Doom, I really hope that somebody is able to clip us literally just rizzing your ass up right now. You're just getting so much
Glaze.
smoke. You literally you are in Krispy Kreme town right now, my friend. You
Oh,
are
Jay.
getting so much
He's not just the bakery, he's the factory. So
Where's the closest Krispy Kreme factory? You're gonna have to pull up because you've got a full-time job there now. Any closing words on our clips this week? Any thoughts going into finals? I know we're going to talk a lot about finals in the rest of Titan After Dark, but this is your only segment, so I want to give you the opportunity to say, to make any comments you want about upcoming finals, upcoming Titan games, anything like that.
not many people tune into Divinity. There's a good reason for that, but honestly, it's funny. So please tune in. It's fun. I'm not gonna be casting this week or the next. But to be honest, I won't be casting for a while again because I always disappear. That's what I'm known for. I know. Maybe I'll
My
be in
dad.
finals. Who knows?
I need to give you my Waldo costume because you're just not gonna be found.
Yeah, let me grab some milk too on my way out.
You mean on your way back?
Oh, yeah. Okay. But besides that, obviously everyone tune in. We are hitting like top round of 8 usually, or I think some of them are already going to top 4 because they don't have to do the round of 16. So things are getting intense. There will be a Titan After Dark after that. So that's what you should get excited for. If you don't watch Titan Esports, you won't have the context you need to be able to watch Titan After Dark.
We provide so much color, so much commentary that you wouldn't. Would you guys have known that Doomed was an ADC who loves playing Ezreal and gets it banned all the time? You would not have known that if you did not tune in to Titan After Dark. So.
And for the rest of this show, trust me, I'll be in one slight segment that has something to do with this shirt. So please stay tuned because that is also pretty good content, I'd say. So stick in and around for the rest of the show. But thanks for having me as per usual.
We are going to head over to the news station where JBetto, Aussie, and a newcomer to Titan After Dark, we've got a new caster joining our team, is going to break down the past 2 weeks and get you guys ready for everything that you need to know about all of those teams going into semis, quarters, and finals. As we said, we kind of give the humorous stuff, but they are about to analyze the hell out of it. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys later.
In the next coming weeks and the finals upcoming. Aussie, talk to me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Titan After Dark. My name is JBetto. I am joined by, Aussie over the top.
Hi everyone.
And Nuexal right there.
Hello everyone. My name's Nuexal.
We've got a new challenger here, a new face for this week. Now we're going into playoffs in the next coming weeks and the finals upcoming. Aussie, talk to me a little bit about what we're expecting to see from these matches. Any things that you're looking out for.
Honestly, after such a big nerf heavy patch, might see a little bit of a shift in the meta going into playoffs, but at the same time, a lot of nail-biting matches happened last week. A lot of seeding implications, a lot of teams just barely missing out of playoffs, so if you missed last week, unfortunate. But moving into playoffs, I mean, this is where the heat of the competition is. This is what everyone's playing for, so everybody's going to come loaded, well prepared with their drafting. And, we saw on this past Friday, since we're recording this, was not necessarily the best drafts coming through, which led to a demise.
Yeah. And I mean, Fearless obviously going into best of fives, it's a big deal, right? It's quite difficult to go through. So what we are going to be doing is we're going to be going over some mock drafts between myself and Nuexal on one team versus Aussie on the other team. We've got two different sections. We're going to do a higher elo focused one for Vanquisher and mostly Immortal, and then we're going to do like an Emerald down kind of draft where we're kind of catering more towards the statistics of Titan After Dark, what's most picked, what's most banned, and trying to be a bit more catered, because it is different, right? Nuexal, there is a big difference between drafting, right? You can't expect every team to do the same thing. It's hard for teams, right, to do that as a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see here with some of the stats of your lower elo teams to the higher elo teams, there's certainly some consistencies across the board. Brom is obviously a very high prio pick for a lot of these teams, just to sort of deny a lot of engage that seems to I'm a lot newer to this place, so I'm really keen to see what people's stories and what people prefer to play and how this all looks. But judging sort of from what I'm looking here, it's lots of brawl when it comes out of that sort of engage and things like that. So the Brom obviously getting lots of prior because of it, but also Virus being picked up as well, being able to get in from a distance. Your sort of positioning has to be you're not worrying too much about your auto attack range. You can just sit at the back and do what you need to, and that's all your value there. And that's obviously the sort of second prio champ. So yeah, really keen to see what comes out of it. But when I start watching a lot of these games, but we'll see how these mock drafts go based on these.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of team fighting, especially the lower you go down. It's very brawly, very scrappy. So you don't tend to see too many hard focus macro team comps and poke comps. It's a lot of scrappy. That's why Brom gets a lot of value. I'm not saying that there aren't teams who make great macro decisions. There definitely are, but I think that's about enough introductions. We're going to get into our first draft pretty shortly. Let me get up my draft here. So yes, myself and Nuexal are going to be on the red side, and Aussie's going to be on the blue side. Are we all ready?
I'm good to go.
All right, I'm going to click ready up here. All right, I've started it. Good luck.
All right, so we're going to keep it quick, simple, and easy here. Leah is going to be my first ban. Not really that high prio in general, but if you watch pro play at all, this champion can shut down quite a lot. That's in the meta right now. Good into a lot of mid lane champions, so that's where my first ban's going.
Well, we're going to be banning Pantheon, one of the highest, or the highest in the Immortal, and pretty high of all. Makes sense if you're banning Talia, you might be looking to first pick Pantheon. I'm going to take it out.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. The Panth ban is definitely necessary. On the response here, I'm actually going to ban Zhao. Zhao consistently across the entirety of the board. One of the highest prio junglers in the entirety of Titan. So, not too surprised to see him banned here, but I don't really want to first pick him this game. That's why he's getting banned.
Yeah,
hey, Nuexal, you were talking a bit about it, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And sort of obviously being pick 2 here, wanting to get away the scary first picks, and Gwen just being such a solid champ into a lot of top laners, just denying that out, giving us more opportunities and available champs to be able to pick either as a counter or as that first pick if we need to.
Yeah, and for my final ban here, we're gonna ban away the most adaptable AD carry in the entire game. Kalista moving out of the meta. means she's not really first pick material anymore. So Varus is kind of left on his own. Ziggs obviously got super buffed, so also gotta keep an eye out for that.
That's what we have our eyes on. The other thing that we have our eyes on is Vi. But Nuexal, I think we were talking about potentially leaving them both up, going for a bit of a trade here. So I'm thinking that we just ban the Ahri, so you cannot get Vi Ahri together. But it's going to be the Azir Instalock first pick here. Talk to me, Ozzy. Talk to me about this Azir.
So the Azir got buffed this patch, and people were still playing him at MSI when he got nerfed. So didn't seem to falter. Azir is still looking to be a strong champ.
Nix, I think we got to go with the Vi first here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna like 1-2 the Vi Ziggs, surely. Like we're getting both of what we're wanting. We don't have to trade anything. Good combo there as well with both of their ults.
It's a flex too if you wanted to go Ziggs in the mid lane.
You can if you have an APA mid lane. Can play Ziggs mid lane. Isn't really great into the Azir, but not necessarily too bad there. But so far, what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep it simple and keep it really simple. Trundle rising in priority as of recent, so I'm gonna keep that one going. As now I have to make a choice here. I need to make a choice of whether or not I'm gonna draft my AD carry now, or as majority of higher end teams do it, they just draft their top laner. I'm completely blind. So, in fact, I'm going to do that right now. Lock in the Scion, one of the best top laners in the meta right now.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Nick, so we could go towards the Ornn, right? Typical matchup in the Scion, but it does get eaten by the Trundle and the Azir, right? We could also go towards the Leona, pair that with the Ziggs and kind of sack our top lane, take the bans. What do you want to do here?
I think like
5 seconds.
As much as it does get eaten, like with our comp, I am lacking this on. I think that I'm just happy with locking that in.
All right, red side bans here. We're going to take away some AD carries, most likely, or some supports. We can go the Leona on our 4-5. We maybe take a Braum ban away. Pretty popular in all leagues we were talking about before. I think it's a pretty slam dunk ban here.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think we can get rid of that pretty comfortably.
And same thing here, right? We have mid lane, and also, I mean, realistically, Ziggs gonna go AD carrying, but I want to really focus on the support champ pool here. Lock down the Alistar, just providing extra appeal for their backline here. Right now as well, I'll let them talk about their ban, but I have something cooked up for my last ban here.
Ooh, what do we want to take here? We can ban away again. We can ban away an AD carry. Maybe something like an MF or even like a Rakan potentially.
Yeah. Like, obviously the Warriors things that are going to, like, outrange Zig with it. Yeah, MF is fine for the ban. I'm just thinking what... yeah, I don't know. I didn't have time to think. I'm sorry.
Alright, so for my cooked up ban here is Yone. They need something to go in with Vi because they have Ziggs. And Yone is going to pair quite nicely also with like a little bit of AD on their team thanks to the Ornn. So Yone will for sure be locked in here as my ban, as now they're really lacking options to pair with the Vi, kind of back themselves into a little bit of a corner with that Ziggs.
We need an AD mid here, most likely, or even a double AD carry potentially. Could go a Tristana into the Azir. Pretty safe into the Trundle. Decent damage against the Sun and keep our top laner, our support for the last pick. What do you think, Nuexal?
Yeah, it's hard because I think that there's so much versatility in what someone would want to play. Like you could really do something completely out of the ordinary if someone's really comfortable with it. We've seen it a lot more common in the past, but I think Tristana is certainly the most comfortable pick to sort of go there.
Ooh, Ezreal Karma.
For the classic, and
it's a lot of push.
That's the thing I'm worried about when it comes to the outranging aspect. Ezreal Karma is very, very strong, and then we just need something in our support here. What are you thinking?
I mean, I'm still thinking we go something like a Leona. It's going to really hurt in lane, but I think we need some more engage. You could also go towards, a poke on your own. What are you thinking?
No, I think we got to lock in the Leona. Like as much as it will get buffered and things like that, it makes way out for the, if we're getting Vi ganks and things like that, to deny out that E as early as possible. Like, I feel like Ezreal's such a big focus here. Like, I think you want to play around the bot lane for this team massively. On into Sion, there's not really a point going up there, in my opinion. So yeah, I think you want to play through bot lane if you're our team. Oh, where did I go? Oh, my camera. Hello. So I think Leona's probably the best bet into that. Being able to get as much work out of that bot lane as possible. I don't know. What
looking back, I really didn't expect the Azir first pick. I was very sure we were going to be making a Ziggs via trade. So, going the Azir early, the Trundle Sion's a very threatening top 3. We could have also opted to, not pick up the Ziggs in the top 2 and go it on 3, because with Azir, I don't think he's going to pick up Ziggs like with Azir, if that doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Especially going Sion. But, I'm not unhappy. I think that the early game's pretty, it can be decent. But yeah, there's definitely hard points in here. So, like, Trundle's the biggest ouchie here,
Yeah.
plus the push.
Your Trundle completely breaks down your entire top side. Is the problem? Tristana always gets her jump always gets canceled by Pillar. Vi can never play the game into Trundle ever. And then Trundle into Sion is just such a always a good thing, right? You just get so much resist out of just ulting Ornn. Which gives me 2 frontline, right? That allowed me to kind of pivot my draft into a Karma Ezreal here. That really allowed me to, again, they backed themselves into a corner, and this is kind of just the mind games you have to play. They thought I was going to pick like something like the Zenzel or something, potentially, but I just slammed them with a flashbang, first pick Azir. We've been seeing it happen in pro play, so...
We thought you were going to go Xin Zhao, and we were going to take the Trundle away from you.
Nope.
Yeah.
And play that, but you took the plan, flipped it on the head. Very nice. All right, now we've got a second draft ready to go. Got our lower elo draft here. Oh, I got a quick ready. I don't know why it unreadied me there.
Yeah, getting into it. I'm prepped. I'm ready to go.
All right, Nuexal, what are we thinking? First ban here.
I think we got to keep it classic and just ban out. Wait, are we blue side now? Sorry,
we're blue side. Yeah, we can go towards the Pantheon if we want to go towards that. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I would definitely want to keep that open.
We could ban the Trundle.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about like
well, Pantheon's gets eaten by Trundle as well if we want to go towards that. Mel being banned away, one of the highest priorities. That as well.
The champ is Thanos. It has been Thanos from Emerald down. So I'm just saying, I have to ban this champ because if they first pick it, it's most likely a loss.
We could also go towards maybe like a Jinx here, something that's pretty high prioritized in lower elos. We could also go towards a Braum ban if we want to go towards that. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think the thing that I'm thinking as well for our last ban here is whether we're banning either Pantheon or Xin Zhao. Like, I'm worried about, the 1-2 on there and which we're going to prioritize. Like, I'd like to pick up the Pantheon, but there's also a scary counter there. I think we ban the Xin Zhao and try and take the Pantheon.
All right, I like it. Aussie, walk me through your last 2 bans while you've got some time
here.
So
Mel, complete Thanos and Emerald down. Champ just looks so good there. Nocturne, very, very popular. In fact, Pantheon and high elo was the replacement to Nocturne, but Nocturne and low elo is still performing. And they were talking about wanting to play the Pantheon, so Nocturne fits into that well. But this also unfortunately means, being on red side, that I do have to waste my ban on Pantheon because I cannot allow it to go through. It is just too good, too easy to play. Has to go through. Right. So what will be your first pick?
Nuexal, I'm thinking Varus. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Varus is definitely our other go-to. Definitely first pick.
We are leaving Vi up, but I haven't seen a ton of Vi in this lower elo. Like,
nope.
It's not really gone towards too much.
No, it is not indeed. Now I need to find a response here. What I would like to play, I don't think it actually gets picked. So, unfortunately, I'm not gonna do that. Try and keep it as accurate as possible here. As will be this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Actually, that's exactly what I was thinking.
And now I'm gonna follow it up with a strong flex pick here that is very common in our Emerald Down. Volibear being a flex pick
Yeah, very true.
has been such a vital tool actually for a lot of teams so far the split to kind of leverage between mid or their jungle and top.
What are we thinking, Nuexal?
Well, obviously, I think Nautilus going along with the Olympus is nice, but then you've got that Black Shield into Sivir, so that's the first thing that comes to mind, but then you're kind of getting that counter into Sivir, but with not a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah.
I think it's not bad just to throw it in there. I think
We try to
it's still
match a
good.
top lane here or a jungler into Volibear, or we could just go towards like a jungle pick, keep it safe. Go, something like even a Wukong. Could go a
I'm
Jarvan
liking
into the
Wukong, I'm
Sivir.
liking Jarvan. Yeah, I think we go the jungle pick here for sure. I think that's most likely where the Volibear's going to go, but I could definitely be wrong.
Yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate you guys giving me literally the best bot lane possible into your bot lane. No, I'll speak about that, but I gotta think about my ban here. So they need a mid, and they need a top laner here. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get rid of a couple things here. We need to get rid of something that's been really good in the mid lane. I don't see it too much in low elo, but we definitely see it a lot around the emerald level, and it's going to be Hui. Hui, very, very popular. A lot of good players on the Hui. And with that J4 lockdown so far into, the immobility of my team, I don't want to have to deal with that, especially for my Sivir. Don't want the Sivir getting out of range.
We need
So
some mobility here, Nuexal. What are we thinking? Some mobile mids. Could be an Ahri.
This is our ban here.
Yeah, we need a ban
So
mobile mids.
yeah. So I think Ahri's a good ban. Excuse me.
okay,
Seen a little bit.
Now we're going to do this as well. Get rid of the Silas.
Now we could ban away the Akali, because it could be likely that he goes Akali here. It's a mobile mid, and if we're looking to go something that combos well with the Jarvan, Orianna is still available. He's not going to take that against the Jarvan most likely. It could be a Akali or maybe a LeBlanc ban here.
I think if I'm looking at what gets played more often, Akali does get played over the
I think it's a good
LeBlanc,
ban.
so I feel like that's a bit more accurate at least.
I think it's
able
pretty
to
And
do
decent.
the age-old trick. We will just beat you by pure force.
Now, I'm still happy to go Orianna here. I think that I've seen Gallia be played against mages and just get absolutely eaten. It's still a skill matchup. The first couple levels before you get that first item and boots is really hard. Are you happy to still take an Orianna here?
Yeah, I'm thinking Orianna, but I'm also thinking Gwen for our top lane.
We can still go that here.
Yeah, I don't mind the Gwen pick into especially into a Galio, but Orianna's good at least for now. The
We've still got our last pick here. Could go, something like anything that's got range. Kennen does quite well into low elo as well.
Oh, this is our pick. Oh, my bad.
We got double pick here. You happy with the Gwen? I'm not against it. I've seen some pretty horrendous Gwens. I'm also not against like a Malphite.
Yeah, Malphite could be okay. I don't see it get played here too often. So I think Gwen would be what would probably get slammed. Comfortability. I'm still not really upset being the Sejuani is the last pick there. That means Volibear is going into the top lane, but
Yep.
We'll see.
That was enough.
The problem here, I could draft Sedge, force Volibear into the Gwen. He does beat Gwen. But at the same time, if I do that, then I'm missing out on such an excellent opportunity. And it's the 4-1 4-1 comp of Yorick, and that is what I will select. In fact, this is actually very similar to a comp that I actually used to play. Actually used to draft a plat team into essentially just play around the 80 carrying. have our top laner play some strong side lane champ, and it's GG because no one knows how to side lane.
All right. Well, we are running out of time, so we're going to have to cut it a little short here. That was a lot of fun. Some things, you know, here and there to talk about later on. But yeah, I think I had a lot of fun. Hope you two did as well. But that's going to be all from us from the news tonight. I believe it is Sator taking the weather report after this. So we'll see you guys off, and good luck in finals.
Thank you so much, JBetto and Aussie, but it's Romeo taking over for Sator. He has to go deal with, quote, investigation into June 16th, but it's all good. Let's not think about that too much, okay, people? Tonight on the Titan After Dark Weather Report, we got all your patch notes coming from across Runeterra, and we're gonna go start with this low pressure zone up here in Ionia. Of course, we have Lee Sin getting a nerf from 69 base AD. Nice. To 66. But don't worry, if you want to talk about a champion who's getting gutted, Lee Sin's also dealing with some of the horrible item changes that are going to affect him. And now the early game jungler just got a little bit worse, and for NA, that's great, because we hate Lee Sin jungle here in our solo queue games and in our comp games. Get that blind jungler out of here, put the blindfold back on, and stay out of my game. Now, of course, with him, we have the lovely Fist Puncher Set. Set coming in, we got these Bork buffs coming in, right? And when you got Bork buffs coming in for Set, you are a scared little guy. I mean, can you use Bork with Set? Sure, why not? Throw some Bork on Set. But is that optimal? No. And now you're going to have top laners, you're going to have ADCs just bullying the hell out of you. You don't want to fight a Bork. You don't want Vayne going top with Bork and just decimating you. You don't want Aurelia coming up there and beating up Set. Set wants to punch things. Set doesn't want to punch Blades. Blades hurt. And Set is looking pretty hurt. He's going to be pretty bullied by these AD changes to him. And if you take my advice, just don't lock the guy in. Now, as we go through, we can still see the high pressure areas. We got champions like AusyJ. AusyJ's down here in Shurima. Now, he's looking like he's in a pretty solid position. He's getting those soldiers buff. We're probably going to start seeing that Nashor's Tooth Rush come in as the Arise comes in, the 65% AP scaling at max level. His scaling's getting a lot better. His base health is going to make him more survivable in game. And this Shurima Warlord isn't going to be being betrayed by anyone anytime soon. I'm expecting a lot more Azirs coming into playoffs. I'm expecting a lot more Azirs coming in comp matches. And if you're in the lower ranks in solo queue, don't worry. People are going to see he's buffed. They're going to think they can outplay it. And they will still run down your lane. It'll just be slightly better. Now, as we go north, we have the best region here. We have Demacia. And as we look in Demacia, we have Fiora. I guess that's technically Ionia next to Demacia. It's near it. But we have Fiora. And Fiora right now is getting that buff on that ultimate, and we love a Fiora buff. If you were watching the series in Vanquisher, we've seen Inigo Montoya lose 3-0 on Mint, and he would have loved this buff. It's a nice fencer. It's a nice 1v1 potential. You want the split push comps back? We bring back the Fiora buff. You're going to be seeing this person hit 6, hit the riposte, and just start 1v1ing people like crazy. They're going to be hitting those vitals, and it's going to be insane. Of course, still takes a little bit of hands if you want to make this pick work. But if you have the hands, you have my full authorization. Lock in that Fiora, start running at the towers. And next to Fiora, we have my least favorite champion. It's Darius. And Darius is getting that buff coming up. And the raid boss Darius is returning. You're going to be seeing the Dunk Master come out everywhere, including the jungle. We're probably going to be seeing Darius make his little return in the jungle. That missing health heal is going to keep him healthy in the jungle. It's going to keep him just running at people. It's going to keep him clearing camps, coming out, full health, walking into your lane, grabbing you with that E, and then just touching you. And no one likes being touched by a Darius. He's too big. He's too beefy, too scary. It's, keep that axe away from me. Keep that cleaver away from me. Keep Darius away from me like I'm keeping Sator away. Guys, don't you worry. But yeah, watch out for that Darius in the jungle. And now finally, We have the Twisted Fate nerf, but it doesn't matter. He's in this middle impact zone because the Twisted Fate nerf, is it going to make him slightly weaker? Yes. In the early game, we're going to be seeing the changes on that base damage and the cards so that after first item, he can't just clear a wave in one shot. It is going to make you sacrifice a little bit when you're coming to those rotates, but it's by no means taking this champion out. Yes, is it harder to rotate? A little bit, but he's still strong. He still has that gold card. He's going to lose a little bit of effectiveness off the 15% AP change, but that effectiveness is still going to be around. It's just going to mean it takes him about 2 Ws, whatever, to clear that middle wave so that he can rotate on your teams. And of course, when you have a global ultimate, especially in comp, that thing goes crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, and with that, that's gonna be your weekly weather report. These are the patch notes. Make sure you're locking in the Azirs, make sure you're locking in the Fjords, and stay away from the Lee Sins and sets. And now, we are going to go ahead and send it to Goldyn, another person, and the lovely Romeo for our amazing fashion show. So we'll see you shortly.
Hi. I'm a little close, sorry.
I like this shot of Britty.
It's just because I'm showing off my cute new haircut that I just got. I think it looks great, personally.
I also think it shows off, like, your eyes and how symmetrical they are with your nose in, like, this great range.
That's...
Like it's a very symmetrical face. I think that's
guess a
iconic.
compliment, thank you.
It is. Humans like symmetry. It's like the best type of face you can have.
That's much better. Hmm.
Where do I find women dressed like cows to drink milk from? How many of them are dressed like Alistar?
But I do know at like Ren fairs, if you want to get like drunk, they will put you in like handcuffs above the bar and serve you alcohol. They'll feed
I
you
need to go to a Ren fair so badly.
and also kind of dirty talk you while they do it. So you
yes,
know, bonuses all around.
please.
I have not. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never wanted something to happen to me more in my life. And I don't really like beer and most women. Any liquid. Whoa!
Oh,
ah!
It's
Spirit
Hot
Blossom
Springs, but they wanted
Spring.
to tag Spirit Blossom on front of it just so it would sell more. This has nothing to do with Spirit Blossom. The name of the Hot Springs is called Spirit Blossom.
The main thing about this is they knew what they were doing with the Sona art. Like you know immediately the marketing on Sona art specifically.
Okay. Which is also why they included things like Volibear and Ophelia, because they understand that their audience has varied tastes. They know
but pause.
who's in the
Pause.
audience.
Teemo? Why is Teemo a part of a fan service skin line?
Because Teemo people like to ruin everything.
No, don't bring up the picture. Don't bring up the picture. Don't. No. No, don't. So we're starting with what? Aphelios? Are we going left to right, or how are we doing this?
I'm assuming alphabetical.
Yo, wait, those abs? I'd kind of rep those abs if I could get them.
Yeah, like I said, Riot knew what they were doing.
I'm just glad they didn't try to fan service his sister. I'm glad they didn't do that. Like, she's just chilling. She's a ghost watching.
I mean, the necrophiliacs in the room.
She's in the back. She's just chilling. Is that Kane?
I'm glad no one heard what I said. I think that's good, actually. Damn it.
Look,
She's just
which
hanging
is
out.
fine. I mean, it would be weird for Aphelios to do anything romantic with his sister watching him at all times. Like, any intimate moment, you have to remember that his sister is there, watching, experiencing.
For some people, it's better that way.
No, Brittany, no. No.
I'm
no.
just saying. Some people are about that. Not me, but some people.
Buy one, get one free. We're talking about siblings.
Uh-huh. Your point being?
I'm too Canadian for this. Like, he's hot, but I find this skin kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie.
It does feel a little unimaginative, but that's kind of the issue with Aphelios skins in general, because they have to put so much work into like the animation and the sound design and the design in general of the guns. Aphelios himself gets kind of left to the side, and he just sort of has to work with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
most of the work of the actual like in-game skin is on the guns. And I'll be real, I saw the skin spotlights video. The guns are kind of mid. They're kind of
Also,
just fine.
Like, why do I feel like there's more work into his sister's art in this picture than his? And like, you got Kane and Gragas chilling in the background, and I find that more interesting than the skin he's wearing.
Is that Gragas or is that Volibear? Yeah, that's set in Volibear. Yeah,
What?
it's the interconnected splash arts thing that you used to do. Like,
No,
you remember when you saw Pool Party Renekton in the back of other Pool Party splash arts?
Pause. Where do you see Teemo?
He's right next to Set.
That you cannot tell me that doesn't
that's
look
Teemo.
like Kane and his spear, or like he's like his. That's
His
horrid. That is horrible. No, that looks
We're
like
using
Kane.
our eyes, we're using our literacy skills, we're putting it all together.
Yeah.
All for it. Go for it. Yeah.
What are you gonna call it though?
You call it just hot springs. Spot A or hot springs.
I love the
I said,
idea.
the only reason they tagged on Spirit Blossom in front of this and gave that half-ass explanation in the skins lore, all the skins do have lore, that the hot springs itself is called Spirit Blossom, the building that it's housed in. Already decided to open up a hot spring. It's called Spirit Blossom.
Hear me out. We just make a skin line. It's one skin for every single character, and it's literally called fan service. Insert character name here, and it's just the sluttiest thing possible.
I think that would genuinely be better.
We only cut out characters like Annie.
Oh, so all of them.
Well, yes, I play Marvel Rivals. Are you talking about like the Psylocke skin?
Okay, but also Loki has his dick out. Loki has full bulge in that skin. You could fucking slap that thing and you'd hear
See, the Namor base skin is pretty iconic.
that too. Are
A
we
solid.
are we including in game, or are we just talking about like splash art and looks?
I need to look up in game.
I think I'm giving it like a C- at best. I think
I was also thinking C, but then I looked at the in-game art, and I'm kind of aiming towards D.
yeah, like the in game
The
really drags
in-game
it
looks
down, and the
so
problem is
not
they put
good.
all of the effort into his guns. They understand. They know what they're doing. They're gay baiting. I wish they had just made it straight up fan service, just spot a X champion. It would have been better. Spirit Blossom Springs is already a mouthful. And see, you want to make someone a slut, this is how you do it. They put
Oh, you
veins
think
on his
all
arm
Teemos
on
are
that.
monkeys, eh? You,
I mean,
you
the players.
racist. You racist. I bet you wish every monkey had that one Wukong skin, don't you?
Wait, which
You
one are you
know,
talking about?
you know the one I'm talking about. The shittiest Wukong skin.
The Infernal one?
Battle Academia.
Oh, Battle Academia is like fine.
You wish Teemo had a Battle Academia skin that just made him a white guy.
Oh, did they what? I didn't even notice. I'll take that. I think
Battle.
that's fair.
I know this is off topic. Can we all just agree Battle Academia Wukong is the worst skin in the game?
Not the worst, because there's other whitewashing skins. Lucian's release skin.
It's not even about whitewashing. It just turns him into a human, which makes me uncomfortable. It's just bad because it turns him into a human. What?
Anyway, for
I want
Set,
Wukong to have a Spirit Blossom skin, is what I have on my mind.
I think he would do great as a Spirit Blossom thing. But the thing about the Spirit Blossom skins is there are already more of them than Project skins. They have oversaturated Spirit Blossom to an insane degree.
There's
Which is
only,
why
what,
I'm kind
3
of upset that
sets?
these are tied to Spirit Blossom. There are more Spirit Blossom skins than there are Project skins, which is an insane thing to think about with how many Project skins there are.
Can we?
If we missed you for the entirety of this, that would suck. But for
Hear me
Set
out.
here in particular,
Set's tattoo. Set's
the
tattoo
tattoo, and not only the tattoo,
is
but the fact
good.
that the tattoo draws your eyes to the veins very like explicitly on that right arm.
Okay,
right?
microphone's working. I'm back. I'm sorry you guys missed
And
that.
if you're gonna make a slutty skin, this is how you do it.
Yeah, and I mean he's got the 10-pack there. I want a 10-pack so badly, so very badly. Like
He's got
he
the
looks
10-pack, the towel's barely covering everything. He's fucking covered in veins. For the people who like the big bar men, this is good. This is how you do it.
You know what? I almost just want a skin that's a skin line that's just a bunch of champions wrapped in towels running around the rift. Like it'd be really
That's
funny.
what the fan service skin line would be.
It'd be
That's how
really
you do
funny.
it.
Hear me out though. He looks more like a Tekken character in this than a League character.
I'm trying to find. I found this.
I don't disagree.
I'm trying to
I
find
get
this one time. There's this one skin that somebody edited together where they put Aphelios between Set's legs in this, and it was so good. And I have to find it because it was so good.
I do believe that somebody made that. The set fell shippers are rabid and feral and not a community that I would want to get on the bad side of.
I
Do we
really
think
have to find
Aphelios
this.
gave Set his tattoo in this skin line? Is that like a canon thing that we can make?
I mean, we could headcanon it for sure.
I love the idea that Aphelios just gave Set his like glowing tattoos.
I mean, Aphelios is wearing 1 ring in his splash art, and Set has like 4. I think it's canon to say that he took one of Aphelios or one of Set's rings and is wearing
Oh yeah,
it.
no, I was gonna say it's canon they're married, but yeah.
It's not. It's not canon, sadly. I wish it was.
It's technically not canon. It's they're doing everything possible to say it's canon without explicitly saying.
If they want to make this game go crazy, what they should do is make an event where like players need to play like Set and Aphelios like 10 million times in like a week, and just watch the servers flood in with players. And if like it hits that mark, it becomes canonized that they're married. You would watch so many players.
They could never do that because Riot are cower to bow to censorship.
And that's the real problem, is that in the East, Ahri and Set are very heavily shipped versus the West here, where Set and Aphelios are shipped.
So turn it into a competition. Whichever one gets more plays, you'd be watching these champs get banned every game.
Why is it a competition? Let's just say the more the merrier. They can be a throuple.
I mean, this is the solution to like every single love triangle. I put the triangle in heavy air quotes because it's never a triangle; it's always an angle. It's the solution to every love triangle that's ever existed.
Why not both? Okay, but overall, I think this is better than the Aphelios skin by far. I think that they're playing into it. I really like what they're doing with like Set's. I think like it's like his like hood kind of thing in his base, but it almost kind of gives me Shanghai vibes. Shanghai School vibes, like it has that kind of like whimsy, kind of like cloudy kind of thing. But overall, I think this one is cute. I think this one's more fun. I think it could, of course, always be better. But overall, I'm gonna give this one on our grading scale a solid B+.
I think they did the slutty man thing much better here. I don't think it's not perfect, so I think I agree with you that it's not up there with an A. I like the in-game a lot better than I like some Set skins. Like, I've been having my own internal struggles with how much I like the design of Spirit Blossom Set, the normal one, versus how much I dislike how his animations feel. I like a lot better his base skin and his base animations, so the fact that this has base animations, plus for me. Again, they got the slutty man thing down pat. I don't know why they didn't just do a similar thing with Aphelios. I know he's not the same kind of muscular, but you obviously look, if you know how to do one man slut, you know how to do them all.
They're 2 different types of slutty, and that's okay.
And if you know how to do one type of man slut, you know how to do them all. I think I agree with you. I think it's a B+.
You know, I kind of think it might be slightly higher. Like, I'd probably throw it at A- for the sake that I really like the necklace and even the design on the little bit of clothing he has. Plus, I would just play the skin, and I don't even really like Set all that much. I think all of this is just pretty spectacular, and I like that it looks like a Tekken character. So
so what's your grade?
In the A tier.
You giving him an A? Okay.
I'd give him an A. I'd throw him up there. Are we comparing this against the rest of the skin line, or are we comparing this against the skins in general?
So we're just grading this, and then at the end, after we've looked through all of the skins, we're gonna give the whole grouping of these skins an overall grade. Okay. Yeah, that's the way that we. Oops, wrong skin. Sorry, guys. I'm not good producer. Okay. Here we go, team.
What's a Teemo skin? So that immediately takes it down like 2 letter grades for me.
F-.
Off cuff.
It's time,
it's going down 2 letter grades. H-. H-.
Get up! It's game day. It's game day.
H-. We don't need this here. We don't want this here.
Do we? Do we need this? And let me show you why we need this. So, I do not have any good in-game images.
Like looking at Teemo's ass.
Well, we're going to. I have an in-game of Teemo's ass.
Teemo
Why are his butt cheeks out?
Teemo should not have butt cheeks.
He's a monkey.
He should trim them because he's alive. He's a living creature.
Yeah, but it isn't something I should need to see.
He's a monkey. He gets butt cheeks, and he's just. Here's what I want to know: is he actually just wearing a rope? Is that all it is? Is it just a rope?
I think it's meant to be a cloth that is like wrapped up a little bit. So it's
God, I hope so, because that would hurt.
So he's getting a wedgie right now. he's getting a very bad wedgie, but I think the worst part of this all is, why is there no hair on his butt cheeks?
Well, because he's a monkey.
Well, that's normal for monkeys. There's a lot of
Do monkeys
types
not
of
have
monkeys
hair
out
on
there
their
that
butt
Most
cheeks?
monkeys don't.
some of them don't. It depends.
Does Wukong not have hair on his butt cheeks?
He might not. We don't know. They'd have to put him in the Spirit Blossom Springs, and we'd have to find out.
We have a chatter coming in that he is specifically designed to be a Japanese snow monkey, which is why he's
Yeah, I see that in them. And I think
looks like
looking
this.
up
you can tell with
Japanese
like
snow
the red
monkey.
face and the
Yeah.
white fur what he's supposed to be. I honestly wish they just went all out and made him naked.
Why?
They can't do
Okay.
that.
No, they can because he's an animal. They
No,
could
they
have him
can,
just
but
be
they
in
won't.
furs and give him no genitalia. He could be naked.
Or just
I feel like if they were designing him off of a Japanese snow monkey, his like skin should be way more red.
well, he's got the red
wish they
in
made
the
his face
butt
a little
cheeks
bit more
and the
red.
hands and the face.
Yeah, but it's like significantly less red than a Japanese snow monkey.
Well, okay, I think that
Yeah.
you're forgetting this is a video game and not everything is taken literally.
Yeah, but I
And
would
again-
argue this skin would be so much cooler if he was a suit, like if he looked more like a Japanese snow monkey right now. Right now, he looks like a half-assed job of a Japanese snow monkey with butt cheeks.
One of my favorite YouTubers out there who
Butt
I go
cheeks.
to for like skin stuff as well as like general design and art stuff is TB Sky. I love TB Sky.
Yes,
I
think he's great.
okay,
And
so we're all
what
TB Sky
says-
and lovers here. I love him.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's a great YouTuber. If you're not, subscribed to him on YouTube, you absolutely should be. But the thing that he says a lot about character design in general that I think is genius and is also revolutionary is this would be more interesting if this character was just naked. And I think in this case, this is a place to apply it because he's an animal. He's a monkey. It's a video game logic. You don't have to give him genitalia. You can just say, hey, yeah, he's just a monkey who works here. You give him the shoes and that's it. And I think that's way better.
Yeah, you know what? I can agree with that. I think that it would be almost a bit traumatizing, but
A
I'm
little,
here for it.
but I think that's kind of what you want out of a Teemo skin.
True.
We've seen Little Devil.
He's a
We've seen Alpha
terrorist.
Squad.
You know
We
what, though?
know what Riot wants to do with Teemo. We know that they know what the community thinks. Just
I
go
do-
on it. Make him naked. Make him evil.
I
There you
do like the hat and the necklace, though. I think
I
we
love
go full
the
naked
hats.
with the hat and the necklace.
Yeah,
I
the hat
love
stays.
the
It's a
hats.
And
It's
the
hat and
necklace. The
shoes.
necklace is pretty chill, too.
I think the necklace is cool too, and he's got his little backpack, so it kind of feeds into that. I love the hat so much because they really struggle how to be creative with hats. They're not taking a page out of
Yeah.
Romeo's book here with the red cowboy hat askew.
Mhm.
They really struggle to be creative and not just duplicate the style of hat that he has. They've done some good ones, but with the volume of Teemo skins there are. I like that this is a style of hat we have not seen before, really, especially with Teemo. So I
Is
think
he
that this is
wearing
good.
makeup?
I like the smoke coming out of the top too. I think it's actually pretty interesting and unique way to replace his little like feather fluff. I think
Right.
that's great. If this wasn't a
he-
Teemo skin, I'd have it rated a lot higher. But unfortunately, it is a Teemo skin, so I have to take it down from what it would be probably around like a B plus A minus down to like a C minus D plus.
Does he have eyeliner on?
You know what? It's
I think those are
2025.
just his
Monkeys can wear
No, that's-
eyeliner if they want to.
Okay.
I think those
I'm
are just
not
his
saying
lashes.
he can't. I'm just saying, is he? He looks
I think
like
he just
he
has
is.
really exaggerated eyelashes.
Yeah, I
That is
think it's
some
the comical.
wild eyelashes.
It
if that's
is.
just eyelashes and not eye makeup.
Overall, I have to give this an A because his mushrooms are out.
No.
I think it's so funny. I will never play it. I will never play Teemo, but as like
Good.
it's so funny. Like I can't ignore his butt. And if anybody knows anything about me, I love making comments about butts.
He looks like a lampshade is the greatest definition of what this skin is in general. Like, even if it wasn't a Teemo skin, it's like a D. Because his butt cheeks are out. and
Oh, it's
Teemo,
why
it's
he's an
F.
A.
It's an F.
Anyone
It's
who
an
puts
F,
their butt cheeks out
and-
gets an A from me.
The fact that even the audience thinks this just looks like a glorified lampshade. The only thing cool about the skin is they tried to model it off of a Japanese snow monkey and they still fucked up. This now, okay, wow, this makes me
Really their
uncomfortable.
furry audience. There were, at the very least, at minimum 2 or 3 furries on the artist design team making this skin, and they got it right. I'm not a furry, but I do exist around furries, and I know that this is the shit they like. They like them big, they like them chunky, they like
I
them
was
furry.
thinking that song earlier because I saw somebody had already created a Volibear edit of this skin backing animation to the I like 'em big, I like 'em chunky.
Understands exactly how to make fan service, which is part of why the Ophelio skin is so disappointing to me. If you have people who can make the sexy women, the sexy men, the sexy animals, you can put butt cheeks on a monkey, why the fuck can't you get a twink right?
You know,
This is so good. The best one. I know that
know
there's
the
Sona and Ari
issue-
still, but this is the best one.
the issue I have with this skin, there's a couple things. One, the end game of it is not bad. Okay, the end game of it is
It's not.
actually pretty cool.
The end game is
But
probably
this
the best
splash art
part.
just makes me so.
Do you
I
think he's
don't-
gonna come swiggity swoogity for your little booty? Is that what you're worried about?
Look, if the
If
splash
he
art makes you
did, he-
uncomfortable, it's because it's not designed for you. This
No,
is not
it's-
made. You are not the
it's
intended
more-
audience.
It's more. I don't like how the fur comes up to the chest and then it leaves.
He's just a bigger
The fur,
monkey.
It's just a different kind of fur. It's just a different kind of fur. That's not
He's
like
shaving that
skin on his
down.
belly.
He's
still-
shaving that
he's still furry
down.
there.
He needs to be
Why?
clean
Why
for the
is
springs.
he shaving it down?
He's got to be clean
I
for the
don't
springs.
like the idea. I don't
Do you
like
not
the
like
idea
the
that
idea
Volibear's
of
in the
men
back with
grooming
the
their
razor
bodies? What's
shaving.
wrong, Romeo? Are you just like stuck in the 40s? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, you don't
How is this
shave
stuff
your
no
whole
fun?
face. Listen, you've got some of your face clean shaven and some of your face shaven. Same concept. He's just a bear.
He's a
It's
bear.
it's just body hair
He's a
grooming.
bear.
It's
This is-
just grooming. He's a
He's-
bear
he's-
who is
he's a
also, a
well-groomed bear.
sentient being who talks. He
Okay,
gets different
but hear
rules.
me out. So why is his like no the shaving here does not make sense even from like any level, right? Why is it that he has like up to here shave? So like 1 second.
I don't even think he does with his arm.
I think it also
arms.
is just like a fur pattern.
I think it's just his
No,
nipple
Some of it
area
is-
and his
some of it is a
tummy.
fur pattern.
No, look. He has 1 second. He has so up to
Wrong
here
way.
shaved.
Other way,
Ro-
Romeo. Other way,
Romeo
Romeo.
just wanted an excuse to show off his fucking guns. Like, we get
I
it.
literally have. There's nothing here. I'm using this as a point. He has up to here shaved, right? He has up to the elbow shaved, and then fur all here like it's a gauntlet. Why?
He's got to keep the important stuff shaved.
Why
I
does he have
will also
arm
say again,
gauntlets.
We're
I
gonna.
don't think it's entirely shaving. I think it is just partially fur pattern and partially artist design choice.
Fur pattern gross like that, Brittany.
A magical
A
bear god.
spiritual being god. Like we can't be applying full on logic to this. I like the fact that again, Riot 100% knows what they're doing. The fur pattern on the chest literally makes an arrow that points down not only to the belly but what's below the belly. You know what they're doing.
Why
I-
not treasure trail it?
I
then? If
have
you're doing
something
it for
to
that,
say.
treasure trail it.
About Britty,
Just
your
treasure
points
trail it.
earlier. I have something to say about your point about making Timo naked.
Yes.
I think just make Volibear naked and let his big ass belly cover the genital area.
That's hilarious, actually.
That's
I rep that idea
You know
so
what?
hard.
I
That's
think that
so
would make
funny.
this skin an A+ because Riot would be doing something that is bold, is unique, and has not been done before.
That
Oh,
skin
that's
could not be
really
released
funny.
in China. That would go so poorly, but it would be so fucking
Maybe
funny
not.
here. They censor all of their base skins for LPL.
Yeah.
All of their base skins are censored. Like
What?
Yeah.
Why?
more conservative
Because
culture.
China has really hefty censorship laws in general.
Yeah, they're just a different
That's
culture.
insane. Low key though, his eyebrows and his eyes look great in this skin. I could
Yeah.
look into those
Absolutely.
all
You know,
day.
if he's at the end of your bed at night and the lights are off, you're gonna see his eyes.
It's like
You're gonna
I
see his
would
arms
take-
too, glowing.
I would take this Volibear over Kuma from Tekken. Is how I would put it.
Isn't
Overall,
Kuma literally just a bear?
Yeah, but he has outfits.
all right, we gotta.
But he's also just a bear.
I'm getting my pings of like, hey,
There
stop
goes the
talking.
Chad
We
XL
gotta.
collab.
We have to wrap this up. We have to wrap this up because we have to move through the
We're
next
getting
two
too
skins.
distracted.
Okay.
We are.
I
We're
will
going down
say-
the rabbit hole. Give me your
Look,
scores.
everybody
Give me your
everybody
scores.
knows about the next two skins. We're all well aware of who they are, of what they are, and what Riot has done.
I will say,
Everybody
I give
knows
this one.
Sona with the bahongas, a wow.
But wow.
And everyone knows Ari's just in a towel.
Can I get that on a sound
I-
clip? But wow. Okay, Romeo,
I
your
will
score. Your score, Romeo.
I'd give this one like a B just for the sake that the concept art someone else drew that I'm looking at right now is so cool for a Spirit Blossom, but this in-game, I don't think this one in-game looks even better than the splash art. Like the in-game,
The
this
in-game
one
is
looks really sick.
definitely good too. Ready? Your score?
I'm giving this an A-. I think this is a really good skin, and I think Riot went full ham, and they should have just done this for the rest of the skin line.
A++ from me. Only way you can make it better is if you rip those tiny little shorts off. Listen, Romeo, you can't every time I give a grade go, ugh. I'm entitled to
Not
my
even the grade,
opinion.
Romeo's just the Simon Cowell of this.
I am the Simon Cowell of this group. We need somebody here who isn't marking out over ripping clothes off
Oops,
bears.
wrong
We
one.
need someone here who can be the audience insert for some
Okay, so
people.
now you get to do this one. You get to do this one. Go on. I know what you like, Romeo. Go ahead. The floor is yours, buddy.
Romeo is literally Timo in the background of this skin.
I'm
can see him, he's back there.
I'm actually more interested in the ducks in this skin, to be honest, because I think they're cute.
I do like the duck aesthetic that they gave both Sona and Ari in this skin line. I think they're really nice. I think they're cute. And it's good for the people who not only like pretty women, but also like cute things. It expands the audience a little bit.
I think that this is pretty boring.
I do like the ducks.
Aside from the ducks,
The skin
and
itself is very boring.
I like what they did with her piano, like making it like the flowing spa, and that's what she plays. That's cool. That's cool.
Well, in the lore of the skin line, she is not only the entertainer for the Spirit Blossom Springs, but is also part of the source of the water. She's there to make it happen.
Yeah,
I will say,
I think that it looks cool though. I think that
Why
the piano
does-
Why does her in-game skin look
Actually,
significantly
it's an étoile, not a
cooler,
piano.
but less like her in-game skin is cooler and less showy than the splash art? Like the splash art is more fan service than the actual in-game.
Well, that's going to be the case for like 90% of these.
This is true.
That's fair.
Any
Volleys
fan
is
service
not.
skin in-
Volleys just looks cool on
Yeah.
the in-game.
But there's
Bear Week coming
somehow
up, guys.
there's less stringent restrictions on the furries than on anybody else.
I hate that she's doing the Ahego face for the most part, or like pretty close to it.
Yeah. You know
In
what?
a way.
You know
Maybe
what?
I'm wrong about that.
I think you're wrong about that. Actually,
I am
think
a
that's
little wrong.
just.
It's
I
just-
think that's just factually incorrect.
That kind of is, but also it's just
I think I figured out
I
what
think
bothers
she's
me about
just
this
face
one.
smiling,
fucking
and she just has
bugging me
rosy
about it.
cheeks. I don't know.
they're like overly rosy though. They're
Well,
like
she's
so...
Sona. She's
So
pink.
has everybody's. It's because they're drunk and in hot water. You get rosy skin. It's what happens.
Okay, I think I figured out
We
though.
agree the dress is boring, right?
This is my This is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. I think I figured out why this skin bothers me, and it's because with how boring the dress is and the color scheme plus the ducks, it reminds me of the Thresh skin, the like janitor
The
Thresh
Unbound
skin.
Thresh?
No, the janitor Thresh
Janitor
skin,
Thresh?
where he's got the ducks everywhere, and it's a similar color palette that she looks almost like she's kind of like with that skin line. It's not. It's too. I figured out. This is why it bothers me, because the ducks. I love the ducks, but they combined with this color palette plus the like lack of general fan service other than like a teased titty which you get on every Sona skin.
Yeah, every Sona skin has good boobs. Every Sona skin has a good ass when it's there.
So I think that's why this
It's
one
not
is
big.
not doing it for me, because it just, I don't know. You guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong. I can try and pull up the what is it, the bathroom, this Thresh skin,
The janitor.
Janitor
the
Thresh.
Janitor Thresh.
Let me see if I can pull that
I
up.
think I agree with you. I think this skin has not a lot new that we've seen in other Sona skins. I think the
see
étoile
it with the
design, because I'm
Janitor
going to use its
Thresh.
actual name, I think that's cool, and I like how it shows off in game as well. I wish it had a little bit more motion on the in-game, like
Throwing them up right there for everyone to see.
on the in-game model, but
Do you see what I'm getting at with it?
Yeah,
Like, yes,
Threshes
it's
are a
more
little-
yellow, but like
yeah.
the same concept with the ducks and whatnot.
Why did she have a hair tie if her hair's already tied on both
And it's
sides?
not the same color hair tie. Romeo, on God, I was thinking that earlier, but I didn't think anyone would care enough for me to say it.
I'm,
So
like-
thank you for saying it. So
Like the skin just like I know there's only one thing I'm supposed to be looking at here, but when you actually take into account everything else, the skin just like the longer I look at it, the worse it gets.
The ducks are good. Everything else is
The
mid.
ducks are good.
Giving this like a C-. I think. I
If
think this
that,
is.
I'm giving it a
literally
D.
just where it's
I'm with you.
fire,
I'm like
creative.
D plus on this one.
You can't even get a D plus. You just get a D. This is bad. And D is for her
You
titties.
just
That's
get a
it.
D. No, you know what? I agree. You just get a
Let's
D.
go.
Wow,
Yeah.
so
Yes,
clever,
sir.
so clever. You were spoon-fed that one, Romeo.
D for duck.
All right, our last one,
You
and
get
I
a
will
dog.
say we're not going to go over the like special prestige version this week. I was a little apprehensive. We're not going to get more skins before the last episode of Tad for the split, so we're going to save that, and we'll be going over it in the next one or the next Tad episode in 2 weeks. So today we're just going to go over the base one.
I'm gonna say the thing again that we said with Timo, that we said with Volley Bear. It'd be more creative if she was naked and you just had creative censorship. I think it
Yeah.
would be better as a true fan service skin, because when the leaks happened and we heard that there was going to be Ari in just a towel, people went feral. People went crazy with the thought of like, holy shit, Ari's gonna be naked. What? And this is kind of just like, if you remove the towel like pattern and you remove the texture of it and just make it like any of her other skins where it's just like normal clothing, it's the same amount of coverage.
It really
Nothing
is.
is
Yeah.
different.
It really is. In fact, she might be
This
getting
one-
more coverage on her like lower half than normal. Like
I
it goes
agree.
up the thighs, like to like I'm talking like hip action.
Yeah, I think the fan service on this is just weak. And I think it's surprising that the disappointment for the fan service skin line is in the two women and the twink. Normally, that's where people like knock it out of the park because those are the easy ones to get. But
Yeah.
Riot really dropped the ball on these three, which I think takes the skin line as a whole down a lot.
It
The
does.
best part is her in-game one gives her even more coverage than this. I'm
Yeah,
looking at the in-game right now, there's nothing. There is. It's giving literally nothing. And it's like when the fan art skin or like the fan service skin, the most entertaining thing to me about both is the ducks. There is a serious issue. There is, and I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the other one that we're not supposed to talk about. That one looks sick, but this one just the towel.
yeah, because you pay what, like $200 for that one?
Isn't there okay, somebody might have to correct me on this, so if somebody in chat knows the answer to this, isn't in the Ari backing animation a duck with a knife appears?
If that's
That
the
might
case,
be
the skin
in,
goes
it's in
up
one of
3
the
tiers
animations.
for
I don't
me.
remember if it's the recall or if it's one of like the joke or the taunt.
I
But I know it's
can't
there.
remember, but I've definitely seen it. I was trying to look up a picture of it. Spade Ari duck knife. How many keywords can I get in here? If anyone knows where this image is, it's out there. I 100% promise you it's out there, but there is definitely some taunt or backing animation or something. I can't remember if it's this one or the special one, but there is a little duck
It's the
that's
same
like,
as it's the meme of the fat duck with the knife.
yeah.
I bet you could find that really easily. It's that. They made a reference to that. It's cute. As with Sona, the ducks are the best part of this skin. I think the fact that they made her orb like significantly more distinct than the other skin lines is really cool. It makes gameplay a little bit harder for her because it makes the orb a lot easier to see, so you're not going to get hit by as many of those edgeline cases. But also, I think this skin is the easiest way to notice how much of a shoehorn this skin line is. Because we have Spirit Blossom Ari. Spirit Blossom Ari is a legendary skin, which looks incredibly different from this.
Yes.
It was
This is
also
not the same
released
person.
a
This is not the same
long
universe, not
time ago,
not
though.
even like adjacent to the same universe. They stuck the name on because they thought it would sell more.
Yeah,
And-
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, it's just, ugh.
You know who this makes me think of because of the duck and the orb? You know who this makes me think would be a shoo-in for the next set of the skin line?
It's gonna be
What?
Syndra.
Ba-da-da-da! Somebody give Brittany a gold star!
I'm just gonna throw it. If you're actually gonna do a fan service skin line, why is someone like Misfortune not here?
Because that's her whole thing. She is only fan service, so it's literally just like doing
I'm hoping
Timo.
they it's fortunate so she's not only fan service. Because if we've seen her design in the Ruin King game, fantastic.
Yes, her design in the Rune King game is so cool.
It's Captain Fortune should be the base skin, but that's an entirely different conversation. We're already over
We're
time.
already
gotta
over.
wrap this
All
up.
right.
I think
Great.
I'm gonna be real. This is my D skin because as much as I love the orb and I love the ducks, it's just disappointing how little they gave us.
This is like a D- to me.
D-.
I wouldn't buy that. You couldn't pay me enough money to buy the skin.
D-,
I don't want it.
100%. Even
I
if somebody got it for me, I don't think I'd play it.
I want the
It's
duck
just-
in TFT, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think the duck might be in TFT. I'm not 100% sure.
Could definitely be coming to TFT. You never know.
I
All
hope
right.
so.
All right.
I think the only thing that saves this skin line from overall being an F for me, despite some of the better rankings we gave, is the fact that they went more all out with people like Volibear and Set. I wish they had given us more on everybody. If you're gonna make the fan service skin line and you're gonna advertise it as the fan service skin line, throw some actual fan service in there. Again,
Yeah.
get fucking naked. Give us something.
Get them
Anything.
naked. That's the line from Britty today, everybody. Somebody clip it. Get them naked.
Look, they're inanimate objects. They're characters designed by people. They can be naked. They can be made naked.
I think I'm going to give this a C as a skin line because for me, the split is 50-50. Aphelios, Sona, Ari, bad. Teemo, Set, Volibear, good. So I'm going to give this a solid C because it ranks within that 50-50 for me. And unfortunately, Ari and Sona are dragging it down more than Volibear can bring it up. So I'm going to sit me right in the middle there. Give it a C. Romeo?
I give it like somewhere between a D+ and a C-. The only skins here I like are Set and Volibear. I think Set and Volibear are good. Aphelios to me is like a mid-tier skin at best. It's boring, but after watching all the other ones, I like it more. I think this line is just boring. It's just really, really.
It has
frickin'
so
boring.
much potential.
How do you make a fan service skin line boring? I'm giving this an F because you could have given us more. I'm straight up going for the F. I like the concept. I like the idea. I don't like that you tagged it onto Spirit Blossom. I don't like that you've given us nothing with half of the fan service. I don't like that you stuck Teemo in here for whatever reason. A lot of it just didn't work, and it could have been more. It feels like a skin line that was rushed out because they saw how successful Spirit Blossom was going, and they were like, shit, we need another line of Spirit Blossom skins to come out with Yunara. Hey, we've got this Spa Day skin line sitting on the back burner. Tag Spirit Blossom onto that and throw them out. Who cares if they're not ready yet? Make it happen.
Yeah.
It just feels bad.
I
I'm giving it an
agree.
F.
And I know we didn't include Yunara in this set. If you guys want to see, we did an in-depth review of Yunara's base skin and her release skin being a part of the Spirit Blossom Spa Days 2 weeks ago. So go check out the VOD on Titan's YouTube. We reviewed that. I tried to lick her tummy through the screen. Also a great thing.
Yeah.
Why are you
Fair.
surprised, Romeo,
I
at
don't
any
know.
of the things I say anymore?
Shit, I would too. I get it.
Yunara's skin, I actually didn't know she released with this because I didn't look. Her skin is more fan servicey and cooler than all of these skins.
100%.
Yeah.
I like her
Literally.
base skin better than her Spirit Blossom Spring skin, but I think her Spirit Blossom Spring skin, I agree, is better than all of these except maybe Volibear.
It goes
Yeah, Volibear and Set.
as it goes for release skins, it's pretty good. It's not great.
It's like I'd give it
It's
like a solid B, B-.
Yeah.
It's good.
If you're gonna say you'll lick her tummy through the screen, there's no way you only give it a B-, right?
I didn't say it was a B minus.
I mean, I'm
Brittany
saying that
did.
for base Yunara. Base Yunara for me is an S tier.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a great fucking champion design.
All right.
Yeah,
if
her
you guys
base
want to
skin's
learn
sick.
more about Yunara and her base skin and all of that jazz, go back and watch the VOD from 2 weeks ago. It's on Titan YouTube. Otherwise, we are going to go into a skit that our Titan cast put together from this past 2 weeks. We're going to watch that, and then we're going to go over to caster therapy, where these lovely casters that have to sit and listen to me say things like I'm going to lick Yunara's tummy through the screen get therapy so that they can cast better. Thanks for joining us on the fashion show tonight, and stay tuned for the next clip.
Blow the dice for me. Put your pretty ass lips together, blow real nice for me. Yeah, I'm trying to hit a lip and slide to the dealership in the morning. Wow, probably need a brand new story. Hot head, they're not gonna believe it, but check the recording. Ooh, just touch down. I'm a new bad. Big booty hoes.
Why is there more than one lane?
Bar full of liquor, cash for the strippers. It's gonna get
Why is there more than one lane?
just a praying motherfucker with some money to blow. I'm about to buy Las Vegas after this roll. I'm about to buy Las Vegas after this roll. Come on, 7, 7, 7. Let's go. Yes, Lord.
Hey, Cat. What's up? Look at this bitch. Look at the size of him. Woo!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Caster Therapy. My name is Dr. Freedom Potatoes, and thanks once again for all your support of the Fearless Draft, Fearless Drug. We've once again been able to upgrade our studio even bigger, even better, to be able to do more research on the various ailments that plague the casters of the league community. I'm joined today by Quax and Coreack. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome on, and why don't you introduce yourselves? Maybe let us know what leagues you cast, and maybe how long you've been casting for.
Leagues that just pertain to Titan, or
You can talk about any leagues outside too.
So I'm Quax. I have been casting for a little over 2 years. I've done stuff for Titan, mostly the Immortal League. I've done stuff for Aegis. I'll be on the ACL. It's their highest league, uncapped league that allows tier 2 teams and players in. I'll be on that B stream this summer, which is really, really exciting. I've also done ACL in the past, and I've dabbled in OQs whenever it's available, both on Titan and off. So it's been a ride.
Cool.
I'm Coreack. I'm a play-by-play caster. I've been casting for a little over 9 months. I started with a pretty old game called Command and Conquer, and then was poked and prodded to try to give League a try. I've been doing that for about 4 months. Or not 4 months, about 4 weeks, maybe about 3 weeks or so. And so far, I've casted for a bunch of lower level tournaments like ORV. I just got on with Risen. I started helping out Ember Esports, CCI. I poked my head in on Titan, and I'm looking at Aegis to see if they're available for me.
Awesome. Well, I want to get a little more information on your backgrounds here, and for that I have to ask, how did you both get your caster names? Or I'm guessing these are also your IGNs, but yeah, what's the story behind your names?
So I came up with Quax. So there's actually a few reasons. Honestly, I think the name is kind of perfect for me. So the first reason, so my father is half Chinese. His dad was born in Hong Kong, and so as a result, he has a Chinese middle name, and then passed that on to me. So I have a Chinese middle name. So my full name, my full is Gavin, and then I have two middle names, which is Maxwell and Yim Quan. Yim Quan being the Chinese one. And so if you combine Quan and Max together, it's Quax. And then on top of that, I was also really obsessed with Elmo and like all of Sesame Street back in the day, and they would always have the Rubber Ducky song that I would quote as a kid. So I'm a big duck guy. I wasn't enjoying the duck slander that they put in the previous segment. I'm not gonna lie.
That's quite the story. What about you, Coreack? How'd you come up with that name?
So Coreack is just something that kind of derives from me just being a gigantic nerd. I've been playing D&D and Pathfinder 3.5 for forever, and I'm a big fan of dwarves. Because they can do two things that I can't do in real life. They can sleep, and they can grow an awesome beard. Two things I'm definitely super jealous of. But it's literally just from one of my characters from there, and my avatar actually reflects that because it's an axe, so Coreax, not too far fetched.
Nice. Yeah, it's always great to hear all the different stories that people have. My own, it's theft. I stole it from someone. We were coming up with a YouTube channel, and
you liberated
I had a name that was like my childhood dog, and I was
The
like, that's
name
not
shot
cool.
tactic.
So
Yeah.
someone else came up with like a channel that was for our group, and I was like, well, I need a new name. I'll just take this one, and now kept it ever since. Well, for today, I have what I'm going to call the playoff breakdown. We're going to be, I think all the Titan leagues are now have had their first week of playoffs, I want to say,
I think so.
And we're going to be maybe breaking down playoffs a little, or maybe having a breakdown about playoffs. But anyway, yeah, obviously, I've got some questions for you. We'll evaluate, what might be going on in those, big brained heads of our casters and see what's up. So the first question I have is just what's your favorite part of playoffs? We got the storylines, we got the trash talk, we got silver scrapes is unlocked with the best of fives. What is it that speaks to you about playoffs?
And this is just general playoffs, right? Like this can be just anything
This could be
about or
yeah, it could be Titan, could also be, your professional league, I guess. If it really, I guess I'm thinking, partly from the perspective of a caster, but also as a viewer,
Yeah. So I think in the past year, playoffs have gotten a lot more exciting to at least as a viewer, right? I'm gonna kind of speak more to that because I think before, Coreack, before either of us started casting, we were spectators, we were watchers. That's kind of how you always start out before you want to get involved. This year has been really fun to watch because of Fearless. I feel like Fearless has allowed to see playoffs go into more detail, obviously, when you go to those 5-game bangers that have, a bazillion champions banned away. I think it makes it that much more interesting, and it's something that you can't really get from your usual best of threes in just the regular season. I think that's a big advantage of playoffs. And then another thing, to kind of push that further for a caster at least is like it's always fun to guess what they're going to pick, right? Because especially as a color caster, part of the enjoyment derived from my role is like being able to predict what the draft is going to hold, right? But it's almost like self-sabotage when I get to game 5 and I'm like, I genuinely have no idea what they're going to pick. Like, who could have foreseen like the quadzillion, right? Or someone that pulls out crazy stuff in game 5 that you simply cannot predict. It makes me look stupid as a caster, but it's so damn enjoyable to watch the drafts for playoffs because of Fearless. And then at the same time, like you kind of touched on, like the storylines as well, right? Because I think I became a caster because of DRX in 2022. Watching that story unfold in real time, being able to go to the finals, to make some people that are watching maybe a little bit jealous. That straight up inspired me to be like, okay, I want to start telling stories like that now. That sounds like a good time. So it's a combination of those two things that I think makes playoffs extra intense and fun to both watch and cast.
Managed to hit on like 2 of my own traumas from that because for that Worlds I had COVID. I was gonna have like a watch party with friends, and then I had to cancel like last minute because I literally like I like took the test like a few hours before, I think, and I was like I had to just sorry guys.
It's like the coolest thing ever. It's seriously like I've gone to like other league events. I just got back from MSI. Nothing is going to top that ever. Like it's impossible.
Yeah. It was that was one of the all-time series, 100%. And of course, the other trauma was the quadzillion. I'd almost managed to block that out of my mind for a few weeks, and that just brought
Bringing up
brought
this
that.
trauma.
Yeah, but
oh, don't worry, it's traumatic for me too.
Anyway, yeah, Coreack, what about you? Anything you want to add about playoffs? Your own favorites?
So for me, it's a little bit more general, but I really enjoy seeing the weird work. I enjoy seeing underdogs making these gambling strategies coming up, and I actually kind of enjoy that sort of surprise that makes me look like an idiot for from a color caster, play by play caster standpoint. I want to be tripped up. I want to be messed up when it comes to these plays, or I want to see the weird things work. A good example is I did a whole tournament start to finish for a group called Skype, and they had a tournament that was, I think it was all the way from like platinum to like masters or GM or something to that effect. And when you cast masters games or pros games, like everything is very measured. It's very calculated. Like, I'm not blaming them. Like, it's great. They have this level of finesse, but a lot of times they don't take risks unless they're extremely calculated risks. But when you throw other players in there, especially if you're throwing like silvers or like all kinds of stuff like that, you get to see the weird stuff. So I like seeing the weird stuff, and I like seeing it work out. Sometimes it could be a dud, but I'm just a real big fan of the underdog, and I think the playoffs allow a lot of options for that because the further you get on into tournaments and leagues and everything like that, the more tightened things are going to be up. Like the more refined, the less risks you're going to see, which has its own fun. But I definitely like the playoffs for that unpredictability.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to love about the playoffs. And speaking of playoffs and best of fives, I've got one more question for you here now, or well, more than just one, but another one, which is as a caster, how do you get through a lengthy 5-game series? Not everyone has the stamina to do this. Is it the caffeine, the sheer force of will, just illicit substances, or maybe some other secret technique that you've invented for yourself?
Delusion.
Delusion? What kind of delusion?
Just the delusion that it's gonna end next game. When it's not. You always kind of have that feeling when you feel like it's going to go 5. Like you're like at the end of game 3, right? And it's just a feeling that you have in your stomach that says this shit is not ending at 4. Like, this is totally going 5. I just know it's going to happen. Uh so you have to do some like psychological techniques here and there to get through it. But no, in all honesty, lengthy 5-game series for me, it's kind of a double-edged sword because sometimes I really enjoy the lengthy 5-game series, like especially if it's two really good teams. Other times I get caught with a team called XG Worms who has Worm Jones, which is like for all 5 players. So it's Worm Jones in top, Worm Jones in jungle, Worm Jones in mid, Worm Jones in AD carry, Worm Jones in support, and it goes for 5 games. And I've never ever wanted to like just call it ever again. Like I almost played the like ultimatum card that series before we went in, where I was like, okay, have them change their name, or if this goes 5, I'm like going to throw a bitch fit on cast. I did not end up doing either of those things, and it did end up going 5, but sometimes it can get really really fucking annoying.
Falling in line in the end. But how do you even handle casting a game like that? Like, do you have like nicknames for them, like Top Jones, Bot Jones, or something?
It's just a champion name angle at that point. Like, you don't even bother with the summoner names. This is something that a lot of other Titan players do as well, particularly in the Immortal League. Just have the most stupid ass fucking names I've ever heard. And when I don't want to say it, I just say the champion name because they want me to say that name, and I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction at the end of the day. They think
Yeah,
they're smart.
there was like a Diddy name or something. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, so several things like that. Yeah, so I've certainly seen that. Not had to cast it myself, but yeah. Anyway, Coreack, what's your secret of success for getting through the longer series?
Honestly, it's a couple of things. One of them being endurance and kind of what I'm coming from. So League is a step up from a 15-year-old game that hasn't been updated in an extremely long time, right? So League's had an update or two in the last 15 years. Command and Conquer has not. We don't have any replay features. Like, you once you're in the replay, like if you're casting any replays, you can't do that. The tournament spectator is absolutely janky. You have to play everything in Windows low mode. And I'm also coming from the point to where when I did Command and Conquer, I was doing the casting, I was doing the recording, I was editing the videos, I was doing all these for like extremely long tournaments. So for me in League of Legends, it's a step down time wise for me to consume that. And then to help me sort of with the other thing, and something I'd recommend to a lot of different casters, is one of the guys that got me into casting and sort of mentored me early on was a guy called Cybert over with the Command and Conquer community, and he recommended something that's helped me out a whole bunch, which is literally just a tea designed to coat your throat, and I think it's literally just called Throat Coat. And
Oh.
it helps a lot. Like like an absolute lot, especially when I was starting off, right? Because like as any caster will tell you, it takes a long time to build your voice, especially if you're working towards projecting your like that.
And especially if
There's a
you're a
lot of things.
play-by-play.
Yeah. And that helps them out a whole bunch. So if anyone ever starts casting or they have to do anything live speaking wise, I really recommend finding a tea for them that really really works. It's saved me a lot.
That's awesome. I was not expecting to get that recommendation.
That's actually a good
super
remedy. I
cool.
mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Coreack probably has more actual substable advice than I do, simply because I think play-by-plays put their vocal cords through more hell than color casters ever will. Like I think I've play-by-played one game in the past year, and I seriously, it was like that gorilla that was in the hospital hooked up to the ventilators and shit. Like that was me afterwards until the guy who was actually supposed to play by play came back. So I salute the play by plays for, especially when it goes to 5 games.
Well, and we appreciate the colors for sure because there's been times where I've done tournaments and even with all this experience and everything like that, like every now and then I'll just like I'll go to say something and just nothing comes out, and then a lot of times my color will pick up on that and like, oh, okay, he's struggling
Yeah.
for air real quick. Let me give him a minute. And so I've been saved plenty of times. So I think it's definitely a duo that works out
It's a
quite well.
partnership. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm super
Symbiotic.
thankful
Yeah.
for it because most of my casts early on were like just me solo casting everything, and then when I got over to League of Legends, I was like, wait, I get another caster, and I don't have to stream everything. Someone handles the camera and everything. I just need to yell at a
Yeah.
mic, and I was like, whoa, I've been doing the wrong thing this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, I'll move on from the playoffs for now with a new question, which is you've been playing solo queue. Maybe you had a bad game. You see that friend request pop up from a total stranger afterwards. What's your reaction? Ooh, a new friend. Maybe he's gonna want a duo, or are you in battle mode, ready? Hardening yourself for whatever's coming, or are you gonna actually try to talk to them like a normal human will? Has this ever happened to you? What's kind of your approach?
This happens all the time. So so I'm like higher elo on the ladder. People take the game a little bit more seriously around my rank. This happens a lot actually. Most of the time it's honestly like a 33 split for me. Like sometimes okay, honestly, I never choose A. I'm just gonna get that right out of the way. A basically is I reject the friend request. B, I will legitimately accept it depending on who it is and just argue with them in chat. Or C, depending on the game, I will actually try to point out what they did wrong, because like you as a caster, like obviously I was a player before I was a caster, right? So like the ability to just play the game is there, but like now I feel like casting has given me an opportunity and like kind of a new set of eyes that I can view the game from. So like sometimes if I feel like sort of flexing that perspective, both on them and for myself to just get it out of the woodworks potentially, I'll add them, be like, yo buddy, come voice, and then we'll legitimately go over the game, because sometimes that's what they do. It's not often, but sometimes the player that adds you is legitimately receptive to feedback. If they want to flame you, you can turn it around. So like a mix between B and C for me.
You hit him with the old jujitsu reversal, like, oh, actually, we are having a real conversation, even though you wanted a flame.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes I also
Sometimes.
really want to flame.
It's fun. It gets the emotions running hot. Like I feel like when this happens to me, a lot of the time I just decline it because I don't need that in my life. But sometimes I'm like, ooh,
that's what you should
what
do. Like, I don't want to be
healthy response.
It's healthy, but whatever. Like,
yeah. What's your story, Coreack? You ever encounter this in your time in League?
Oh yeah, all the time. Especially being a support player, I get it almost every other game.
I'm a
Just
jungler.
because. Yeah, true. Jungler. I guess junglers probably have it worse too, because no matter what happens, it's the jungler's fault. So I definitely see that. But for me, the first thing I always do is I actually have spite popcorn ready for me, to where I've got it on standby here in the background, and I'll accept the invite, and then I'll say 1 second. I'll run over, grab popcorn, come back, and then if they've made like a massive text or whatnot, I already know what kind of conversation is going to go into, and then so I either roll into there, either I go into the like if they want to have a legitimate conversation, sure, I'll pop in, I'll have a conversation. If they want to troll, I have no problem with that. Like I've been on the internet for a very very long time, and I'm happy being an anti-troll. I've literally sat there for hours just continuing anti-troll, and I keep the BM to a minimum. I keep it doing like a technical level, but really I can do all of the above. And I've actually have friends still on my friends list now, where those started off with BMing, and we got into a voice call and we went over the deals, and like I showed the numbers, and we went over the fights, and went over the mentalities, and I've made good friends that way too. But then, I think more often than not, it's people who want to troll. But sometimes people are receptive. I think when I finally hit the diamond area, and that was still happening in diamond, then I think people were a lot more receptive after they calmed down, like after they sort of got it out of their system, and then we could chat.
A lot of times people really are, just trying to get it out of their system. They need to feel like someone's to blame, and you can actually reach. I think there's a decent number of people that you can reach. Some people really just they want to be mean, and that is all you're gonna get from them. But I have found that you can at least calm things down.
I think it's kind of
more
like
often than not.
I think it's kind of like a curve rank wise. So like
it's a curve.
Yeah, so like it's one of those memes where it's like or what's it called? It's
Like the bell curve, or
it's like the U-shaped graph or whatever. Or like the V-shaped graph. So basically
parabola, I don't know.
Yeah, parabola. So it's basically like here, like around like the lower ranks, like people that are bad at the game, they add you and they legitimately want to be receptive to feedback because they want to get better, because they know they're bronze, silver, iron, maybe even like low gold. And then you get to like plat emerald and it's all ego, right? Like plat emerald, diamond 4 is all ego. They will not friend you to get any sort of receptive feedback. It is exactly what you guys were saying, where it's get it out of your system, right? And then I think around where you hit like D1 masters and above that, it kind of gets back to, okay, what did I do wrong? How can I improve, etc. At least for, I would say, most of the players. Like most of the players at that rank, I think actually are receptive to feedback, even if it takes a little bit longer to get to them because they are higher elo. But yeah, those plat emerald players, they just can't be helped. I'm sorry. Those are the most egotistical, worst, dog shit, handsless, friendsless, fatherless players I have ever had the displeasure of playing with.
Makes sense. Yeah. An interesting thing I've found also is like, if you know how to properly filter like the toxic language, there's been 1 or 2 times where I actually kind of learned a thing from it, where like this person's like, being really toxic to me and saying some things, but it's like they did actually point out like, oh, like I was actually like misplaying here, even though I don't like the way they're saying it. Like if you can worm your way through the nasty language, maybe there's actually, like maybe maybe even you knew that you messed up, but you just need someone to like say it more intensely, and then it'll really hit home or something. That's happened to me once or twice as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, back to some casting. Here's another question. Imagine you're on a cast and your co-caster just says like some total bullshit, like, oh, they've got a lot of AD this game. I think he should go AP Graves. That's the move. Are you gonna like, play along, try to spin a narrative where that might actually be the right case? Are you just gonna pretend that they were joking, even if they were totally serious, just dismiss them? Or are you actually gonna like, say like, hey, well, that makes no sense. Like, what's your approach when you have kind of a disagreement with the caster and you think you have like the proof that they're wrong?
Coreack, you want to go first on this one?
Oh, sure. Okay, so I've got sort of 2 parts to this answer. The first one off is well, I guess I got 2 kind of frame of minds. One is like if I'm doing it towards someone else, and the other one is sort of like what I ask other people to do to me in these exact scenarios. I guess I'll start with the easy one. If I make those mistakes, I encourage them to actively flame me and then tell me the better response. And I'll do the same thing with chat as well, right? Nobody's ever going to know everything, right? And sometimes y'all get to hear some interesting perspectives. So like I'm completely up to criticism. Criticize me. But my only thing with that is like if you're going to insult me, make sure it's funny, and then I'm happy about it. When it comes to other people, unless I know that person, right? So, you know, I'm coming from the military, so I've got this very dark, bantery sense of humor, right? You know, unless I know the other person really, really well, and I know they have that same sense of humor, I'll try and play it off. You know, unless it's like something egregious, you know, like Teemo's the best top laner in the world, which is just objectively not true. You know, I'll usually play it off.
Um, for me, it's kind of a combination of the two. Obviously, as a color caster, I have to be the actually guy a lot. Um, and I do think that part of being a good color caster is being objective to a certain subjective opinion, right? Like looking at things objectively through a lens can really help. Um, so, like, for example, I'll have one of the biggest debates, at least in terms of casting, when it comes to like you know, some more granular things. Let me give an example of like what should Varus build this game, right? People have their on hits, people have their lethalities, people have their different Varus builds because he's constantly changing in the meta. And a lot of the times now, it's an argument between should you go on hit, should you go lethality, and it depends on the enemy comp. And this is something that I think is where I get my own conclusion, which is call them out, but make it a discussion, right? So, like, for example, if you have a Varus and the whole enemy team is like Rel, Galio, and Malphite, or Scion. Scion is better. Scion's really good right now. And my co-caster says, I think he'll probably go lethality this game. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? I don't think that's true. I disagree. I think that'll be an on hit, right? So I'll be like, I feel like this will be on hit, and I'm curious as to why you think it's lethality, right? Kind of spark up that conversation, because I think, especially when it's at the start, you usually kind of debate that stuff at the start of the game when there's a lot of dead air to fill. So I think getting that out of the way as soon as possible and actually inciting and eliciting a discussion between the two casters can really help out the back and forth, and can also, you know, can kind of resolve the blatantly false claim that you think might or might not be true.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, I'll get into the next question right away because we kind of touched on this already here. But what if you make, yeah, what if you're the one who made a wrong call? You know, are you gonna blame it on the players? You know, oh, if this was in Master, if this was in Challenger, they'd be doing what I said. But this is gold. Like it's the players' fault. I'm not wrong. They're wrong. You know, are you just gonna go back analyze it, or are you just gonna embrace chaos? You know, like, oh, League of Legends, it's a game of chaos. You can never predict what's going to happen. So of course I'm going to get things wrong from time to time. Yeah, how do you like to, think about maybe mistakes you make on broadcast?
Again, I think it's a point of discussion. But like if we're talking about like post cast, when I'm like looking back, if I'm like looking back at it, and what do I think is like the source of my conclusion? It's a factor of things. Obviously, if I'm casting like Gold 4 Tommy, who works a 9 to 5 and or came back from like his 8th grade pre-algebra test, I'm going to chalk it up to maybe this person doesn't know the best. But then again, if it's like fucking Dardoch, right, on CCG, and I'm casting him in ACL and he's building something that I don't agree with, I'll be like, it's interesting that he's building that because X, Y, and Z. Basically, I'll take the viewer and my co-caster through the thought process, and they can decide for themselves whether or not I'm fucking stupid.
And then I guess for me, I'm assuming that was my cue. And
Yeah,
then I guess
yeah.
for me, I was looking for the head nods because of course we're all in the same room right now. So for me it's really simple. I like the chaotic element of casting, right? I have zero problem being wrong. You know, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm married, I'm wrong all the time apparently. You know, that's really not a big deal with me. I've become pretty level-headed since coming out of the military because things have sort of like peaked down. Like, I'm not real worried if someone gets my name wrong at Starbucks anymore. I've seen other things. And so I'm really just here for the fun of it. And I just try to embrace that. And I think that's some of the best part of casting is for me just kind of seeing the cracks in the casters, because you're supposed to maintain this at least this certain level of professionalism, while you're casting, while you're representing this org and doing all those things. And I think that when someone calls you off your mark, it gives you a little insight into that chaos. And I think that can be pretty entertaining for both casting and I believe watching.
Yeah, I mean, we're all
Yeah, I agree
kind
with
of
that.
kind of along for the ride as casters. Like
Mhm.
we're not. Sometimes sometimes it feels like you're running the show, but it's really the players on the Rift who are doing that in their own way.
At the end of the day, you gotta deal with the cards you're dealt, right? Like if someone does
Mhm.
something wrong or someone does something stupid, the only thing you can control is how you react to it. So I think it varies from caster to caster, but yeah, I liked your response a lot, Coreack.
Cool. Well, I'll move along now. This is a question you may have seen if you watched a previous episode, but I enjoyed it, so I'm bringing it back. You accidentally double booked yourself for 2 different casts at the same time, and you only realized it like right before the broadcast is about to start. Are you gonna try to hire a doppelganger? Someone else who can pretend to be you? Are you gonna just fake your own death? Show up to neither and just disappear from the face of the earth, or are you gonna try to like switch, jump back and forth, cast 2 games at once? Get on some real technical excellence. What's your approach here?
Okay, this is where we go back to my mentality from the last question, and we actually say it with our chest. Um, for me, it's neither, right? Like to me, I think you grab the one you booked yourself first for, and then the other ones say, I'm sorry. The best thing I try to do is to help them find a replacement. Right. This has never happened to me. I think I think I've double booked myself once, but I realized it way further out than 5 minutes. Honestly, if you realize it 5 minutes out, all right, that's a sign. But like to be honest with you, I think how a lot of the smaller casters get their stardom into getting to the next level is just like volunteering, right? For certain casts. Like me, my first, or rather my second season, it was summer of 23. I was casting Aegis Gold Leagues with Britty, who was just on here. And that summer, if any spot was open from like the leagues above, I'm talking Plat League, Diamond League, Master League, even ACL, which is where I got my first like tier 3 experience. Just take the opportunity. So like don't feel bad about being like I can't do it. I need someone to fill in for me, because chances are if someone really wants to make it further up, they will say yes and they will find a way to get on when they are given the opportunity. So that's my mentality. I would say go for the one that you signed up for first, and then tell the other person that you're kind of SOL and you had a prior commitment, and work to find someone else if you can, because that's the honorable and nice thing to do in my opinion.
Y'all are too level-headed for this show, man. We're supposed to be fixing problems. You're giving the solutions. Yeah, I can't do anything. So yeah, what about you, Coreack? You got another reasonable, level-headed, and patient and understanding take for us as well, I'm assuming.
I don't know. You're feeling like I should embrace my inner DM and just go
You
off the
just said
rails.
embrace the chaos in your last answer, man. Go
Just
crazy.
honestly, I think it would be sort of from like a technical standpoint. I think it would be super funny to try and do C. Like I'm all for overwhelming myself and trying it. Especially because if everybody knows I'm doing it and they see me hopping back and forward, they're gonna start seeing me sweating and freaking out and wigging out and just trying
How
to
would you
hold it
even
together.
do that though? I've seen like producers double up on shows. I've seen like a person offer to produce for one thing and then cast for the other. But how do
Mhm.
you double cast? Do you have like 2 different Discords open on 2 different accounts and then
Yes.
mute one and then the
Yes.
I don't have 2 fucking Discord accounts.
mute.
That'll take way more than 5 minutes. So I'm shit out of luck for C, even if it was realistic.
Well, it's
You know,
it's easier to do than you might think. It just takes a little bit of poking and prodding, and there's multiple different methods towards doing that. I think the hang up is not necessarily like from a technical standpoint. I think it's entirely just relying on you, especially if I'm doing it from like my angle where I'm a play-by-play caster. And then going into sort of my side of it, I actually have been double booked already. Like I said, so I've done League of Legends for about 3-4 weeks. I don't know. I lost count at some point, and it's been nonstop chaos for me. Like how the beginning of my journey started is I joined a Discord called ORV, and normally how I dive into casting is I take a Batman approach, right? I get lost in a cave for like 3 or 4 months. And I study and I learn and I practice and I build up this like large plethora of like practices that I'll never show anybody whatsoever. And then I'll dive into it. But I saw this event was going on, and I mentioned it. I was like, "Hey, if you guys need casters, let me know." And they're like, "Oh, sure. Yeah, we're gonna start." I was like, "When?" I was like, "Tomorrow." And I was like, okay." And so I went full send to that, and I was talking
And
to
then
one
you
of the other
made it, right?
casters.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm taking everything I can, and then to make it sort of going back to the double booking part is 2 hours before that I met up with the other caster I was supposed to be going to sort of like talk about synergy, figure out the deal, so like we don't step on each other's toes, and just kind of get the feel of the room, because I think that's really important beforehand instead of just like going
Of
cold
course.
turkey. And he was like, "Hey, you want to do another event?" And I was like, "Sure, when?" He's like, "Right now." And I was like, "You mean 2 hours before this other event?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, as long as they know I've taken priority for this one." So I cast the first 2 games for CCI, and then excused myself, and then went over immediately to cast the other event at the same time, and sort of had to like double book it like that. So I kind of already have an experience like that.
Wow, that is actually surprisingly close to answer C here. All right, I have one last question for you. We're entering the age of AI. I'm lucky I got a color caster and a play-by-play on here because, the question here is who's getting replaced by AI first? I mean, color casters, they're yap machines. Play-by-play, they're just saying what's happening on a screen. I bet with enough machine learning and AI could do that. Who's out of a job first?
I'm gonna give Coreack the mic here first.
Okay, so as someone who actually has a good amount of research into AI overall, um, I think they can do both. The thing that AI is really going to struggle the most to do is to capitalize on enthusiasm, right? You can watch really, really like amazing deep fakes and whatnot, where like it has them doing whatever it is. But the biggest thing they struggle with is being passionate. And if they are passionate, they hit this sort of, if you don't know what uncanny valley is, typically it
Yeah.
refers to art where just things look wrong, but it also refers to audio as well. You get a lot of uncanny audio when it shows like so like they can train your voice and go all the way through it, but I feel like it's much harder to do the color casters. Play by play, this isn't ragging on anyone's ability and whatnot, because it's just a different role for casting. I think it might be easier to implement if the AI is trained and trained and trained and trained and trained, because just because it has a lot of knowledge doesn't mean it knows when to apply. Doesn't mean it knows when this build is
Exactly.
supposed to work and when that build's supposed to work. So there's a very human element that's very, very hard to replace. So I guess play by play it would be harder to do technical, and I think maybe we're closer to getting to some of the technical part. But for color, I think it's really hard to lock down that passion. And I haven't seen, and I've looked at a bajillion different forms of AI. I haven't seen anyone match passion really at all.
Yeah, I mean, so one of the first things that I learned about casting was actually from Rafa. It's on his YouTube. If any of you want to go check it out, it's like I think required one of the. It's like what do you need in order to be a League of Legends caster? It's like a tutorial or something like that. And I watched this right when I got on, and I have subscribed to this theory since I heard it. It's basically, or not theory, but this like sort of rule since I heard it, which was play by play's color, the who, the what, the where, and the when. And the colors, they do the how and the why, right? So analysis is this, and then action is this. And to me, I feel like that explains play by play pretty well. I don't think it talks about all of it, but I think color, there's a little bit more to being an analyst, especially if you're doing a 2-man show. Because one of the first things that I learned on top of doing the how and the why for being a color caster was also being a storyteller. Right, I learned this from Hawk, who casts NACL and is on Salty Runback and is just an absolutely amazing guy. And he said that the best color casters are storytellers at heart. So not only are you an analyst, you're a person that tells the narrative and you're a person that builds narrative. narrative is not easy, I think, for a machine to build because it requires you to actually, in some cases, get personal with the player. Like there have been times where I've casted the promotion tournament for like tier 2, tier 3, and I have actually talked to the players and I've been like, hey guys, how are you feeling about this? And that to me allows me to chisel out a better narrative. AI doesn't do that, right? So I feel like if you want to get a shitty color caster, yeah, AI could probably replicate that first. But I think the best color casters in the world will never get replaced by AI simply because a robot cannot tell a story the way a person can. They can analyze, they can tell you the how and the why given enough time, but they will never be able to give you a plot to a video game at the end of the day. That just isn't what it's built for, and it's going to take a damn long time before I feel like they're going to be able to do that. So I feel like probably color casters, but like Coreack said, the enthusiasm at the end of the day is never going to be there. So it'll never be as good as the real thing, regardless of role.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, the passion is very difficult to replicate. I don't think AI is really coming for the casting job anytime soon. This question was kind of supposed to get y'all at each other's throats, but once again, I can't get through the armor. Y'all are too good. But you did make one mistake earlier, which is that you admitted sometimes you mess up when you're casting, which means you're not perfect. There's only one person who's perfect, and that's Chovy. Which means I'm gonna need to have you shipped off to the Church
Why does he have the HLE jersey on?
This is an old photo. I don't know. I just Googled Church of Chovy.
So
you're gonna need to be
on Jen. He's on Jen, bro.
He is. But this is an old one. So you're gonna need to be shipped off to the Church of Chovy, where you will study under the Chovian monks, get to really perfect your knowledge of League of Legends, and never make a mistake again. But
I have a question for that.
Yeah.
I have a question before we go to the Church of Chovy. That is Canyon like an apostle or some shit, or like does he work at the church because he's his team?
I'm not actually employed by them. I just contract out to them, so I don't personally know the answer.
Do you know? Please.
I'd have to get in touch with the representative.
Because if he is, then I will go with open arms and open fucking hands. I am ready to meet that man. He will teach me so fucking much. I'll get every single little bit of information I can off that guy. I don't even speak Korean. I don't even understand Korean.
Just nod.
Well, yeah. That's all the time that I've got for today. But thank you so much for coming on the show and giving your perspective. It was great talking to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
And I think, I think with that, we are going to throw it to the Retro Rift trivia for our next segment. But yeah, I'm Freedom Potatoes. This was Quax and Coreack, and thank you again for being here, and we'll see you another time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Titan After Dark. We are back with some trivia. This week, we are playing old school trivia, though. We're not looking for the incorrect HUD. We are looking for the names of old summoner spells, old items, and old splash arts. I am joined here by 4 incredible players. I'm going to have them introduce themselves, starting with Mr. NBK.
Hi guys, I'm MBK. I play for Dorado Gaming and Elysium Midnight with my boy Humor. And my favorite flavor of ice cream is strawberry.
Okay, cool. Thank you for volunteering the ice cream information. I did not prompt him to do that at all. All right, Fembot, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Fembot. I play on Monkey's Business in Conquer, Eternal, and Olympus. And my favorite flavor is Rocky Road.
That's solid.
Okay, thank you. All right, Humor.
Hi, I'm Humor. I play on Phantom Troop and Elysium. My favorite ice cream is Red Skies at Night from Handles.
Which, I didn't know you played for Phantom Troop. Which Phantom Troop did you play for? Are you playing for the really good one right now? The one that's like really high up in the rankings?
I think they're both first seed.
I was talking about this with Aussie on the last Titan After Dark, and I've never heard of Phantom Troop, and both of the teams were doing like really well. And I was like, I kind of want to know more about this organization because I have never heard of them, but they're both doing really well right now.
I think Kosum just started at this split.
Okay. Okay. So at
I
least
think
I'm
it's
not like
brand
super
new.
far
Yeah,
behind.
you're
Okay,
not out of
okay.
touch.
Okay.
Brand new.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. Toad Step, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Toad. I play for Holy Church of Sator. I'm sad Sator's not here today, but
I'm sorry. I'll do my best to be a good replacement. I cannot do a good Irish accent though. Everyone
As
said my
long as-
Australian accent last week. We're not doing that again.
as long as you've watched us and we have converted you to Satorism, aka Revnon playing bruisers in the bot lane, it's okay. And my favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip.
Yes, boy, am I converted. I made Revnon his grading scale of Revnon. So I don't know if you actually ever showed that to anybody, but the like Cho'Gath to Darius chart of like 1 to 10, how psychotic is he going to be that night? So
Oh,
boy,
we've
I have watched you guys a lot.
the times where they're like, just play this random champion support, and I'm like, okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys, everybody, for joining us today. We are going to start off today with some old school trivia of old items. So old items that you have probably not seen for quite some time before. Wookie, you can go ahead and put up the first set. There's going to be 5 items here. So go ahead and list them out either on your phone, your tablet, your piece of paper, whatever you want here. As I was explaining to some of the players before, you need to be specific. If you just say Ludens, I'm not going to give you the point because there's multiple Ludens that have been in this game, and some of these items also have multiple iterations. So be specific. Somebody said that at some point, I'm sure, but
Damn spell autocorrect.
everything is very, very locked in here visually, and Humor's just kind of sitting there like, huh?
I got all of them.
Oh, okay. So Humor's locked in. Everyone good? Does everyone have theirs done? Or are you still typing?
I'm typing my last one.
I'm still typing. Wait.
Okay.
I'm a slow typer.
MBK's on Google.
Yeah, that's.
Hold your phone up right now, then.
It's actually ChatGPT.
ChatGPT definitely is loaded with these.
Would come up with some crazy names
All right,
for some of
I'm ready
these.
now.
All right, we're all good? We're all good? All right, NBK, we're going to start with you. Go ahead and hold up your phone.
All right. Can you see that?
You can read them to me, too.
Okay. Number 1 is Theon's Unholy Grail. Number 2 is it it's like Hextech GLP. Maybe it's like 800 or something. I'm not sure. Hextech GLP, that's what I call it. Number 3 is Frozen Mallet. Number 4 is Deathfire Grasp. Number 5 is Hextech Gunblade.
All correct. Well, you can give him 5 points. Fembop, what did you have?
I had it doesn't really pick up there, but Athens, Unholy Grail, Hextech GLP, Frozen Mallet, Deathfire Torch, and Hextech Gunblade.
You get 4 because it was Deathfire Grasp. Very close, though. Humor, if you didn't get all 5 of these correct and you were just like chilling, I'm going to be disappointed in you. So.
Yeah, well, I did get one wrong. I said Frozen Gauntlet, not Frozen Mallet. But I got all the
rest of them.
Yeah.
Whatever app you're using is coming through really clear, too. So we're able to see that.
That'd be the old Snapchat.
The old, okay, so you can give him 4. And then Toad.
I got all of them. You can read them. I'm on a tablet, so you can definitely read it.
You got them all correct. Wow. Pulling out the tablet with the big gun. That's crazy. I lied. Humor is not the best one that can be seen now. It is Toad. Just kidding. I'm going to tell everyone that's on this segment from now on, you need to buy a tablet and show it to me because that's the best option. All right.
$1,000 later.
$1,000 later. We've got 2 two-way ties here, but we've got plenty of questions left. So we're going to go to the next set of items. Go ahead and type them in your phone.
Oh, mother.
I will say you can also tell a difference between some of these and how old they are just from how grainy these photos were. I found the best quality photo of all of these I possibly could. So some of these are very old.
Man, I know what these do too, and that's like the name is.
Humor's locked in again. I would be not surprised if Humor, you were like, I'm done. I got him.
I don't know 2 of them.
Okay. So maybe I did better this time and I stumped you guys. That's my goal every
Ah.
single time, is to stump people. I feel like I do it too easy every time. So we'll give everybody else like 10 seconds. If you don't know it by this point, you're not gonna know it.
All right.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna start with Toad.
I got 4.
Okay.
I really wish I remembered the middle one. I probably got the first one wrong too,
Okay.
but I have
So-
Spell Thieves, which is probably the first version of it, like the level 1, but I don't remember. Amulet Coin, I think. I don't know the middle one. Abyssal Scepter and Righteous Glory. I
You
probably got like
2
all.
correct.
Okay, yeah, I got 2.
You got
Okay,
2
I'll take it.
correct. So you can give Toad 2 points, Wookie. Humor.
All right, I got Ancient Coin. The middle item I'm claiming credit for because Spooky Ghost shows up in the shop when you type that in. And then Righteous Glory is the last one.
Okay, so you also got 2. I made
That's
these 2
fucked up.
hard this time. Oh
I call it Spooky Ghosties too.
That's what it showed up in the
Yeah.
store when you typed that.
no. Did it
I remember-
really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Fembop, your turn. What'd you get?
I said, doesn't really show up, but Frostfang, Ancient Coin, Twin Shadows, Abyssal Scepter, and Righteous Glory.
You got 4 of them correct. Nobody's gotten 5 yet. NBK, this could be your moment to shine. This could be your moment to put all the haters to rest that Dorado doesn't suck ass. Don't let him down.
The haters are not going to be happy. I didn't. I didn't get all of them. I said Frostfang, Ancient Coin, Twin Shadows. Wait, which way is the Abyssal Scepter and Righteous Glory?
Okay, you got 4 too. So nobody got the first one. I have to give a shout out to some of my partner's old friends. He picked these out. The first one is Frost Queen's Claim.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
The
thought it was
second
Frost
one,
something, yeah.
Yeah, it is Frost. So Frost Queen's Claim. The second one is Ancient Coin. The third one is Twin Shadows. The fourth one is Abyssal Scepter, and then the last one is Righteous Glory. So everyone got some iteration of them correct, but NDK, you are in first. So
I thought Amulet Coin was right. The Ancient Coin was a guess. I thought that when I saw Amulet Coin, I was like, damn, that's it.
I think Amulet
Oh,
was
yeah.
one of the other ones. I don't know.
There is a different one called Amulet Coin. It's more of a coin shape.
Yeah.
Then
Was that like the
this one
second
is-
one? Was that like the second one?
I could not tell you. The second one is the second one is Ancient Coin. I've also only been playing since season 11, so the only
Okay.
parts of these I know I had to look up. So I did a lot
Okay,
of
okay.
research on these. So, all right, we've got NBK in first. We've got Fembop in second, Toastep in third, and Humor. For somebody who's so locked in, I've got these answers for the first one. You got us. Up, bud. All right, we're going to go into our second category, and this is going to be old skins and splash arts. You're going to see 3 instead of 5 this time. Wookie, go ahead and put them up. I answered this question before, but I'm going to reiterate it now. If it's a skin, you only get a point if you say the skin and the champion. So let's say it's classic Syndra, you can just say Syndra. But if it's, I don't know, what's that old Queen of Diamonds Syndra, you have to say the whole thing. Okay? I will also say, for anybody watching that has been playing since the olden days, I can't believe you continued to play. If this is what you were playing, this is atrocious. This makes me sick to look at that this was the skins.
This is peak right here.
These were beautiful. That's back when we had that item called Spooky Ghosts.
That's what I'm saying.
This might be a little before that.
The first one
Some
is.
of these were.
The
Some of
first
these
one
were pretty
seems
old.
straightforward, but I don't know if I can't remember the exact name.
I have a word, but I don't know how to spell it.
If you say the word correctly, even if you don't spell it correctly, I'll give you the point.
Yeah, but it's gonna be on the screen, and I'm gonna be really.
You're gonna be embarrassed. I don't know how to spell that word.
Does the tablet have autocorrect?
It's not
I'm
auto-correcting for me.
Oh,
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. NBK, start us off here.
All right, so I said the first one was Pharaoh or Pharaoh Queen Nidalee, and then the second one's Medieval Twitch, and the last one's Junkyard Trundle.
You got 2. Fembop?
I said I didn't know what the first Needly skin was, so I just said Needly. And then I said Twitch, Classic, and then I said Junkyard Trundle.
Okay, 2 points for Fembop as well. Humor.
I said Pharaoh, Nidalee, Just Twitch, and then Junkyard Trundle.
All 3 points for Humor, making a comeback.
I have
Is
the same.
Pharaoh the word you didn't know how to spell?
Yeah. I originally didn't have an H at the end. I was like,
Couldn't
it
remember how to
looked
spell
so
Pharaoh.
wrong. Yeah.
3 points for Toadstep. All right, we are getting closer. I think the skins are going to be the equalizer because some of the old summoner spells, I had no idea what they are. But we're going to set up one more set of skins / splash arts here. These are the ones that I'm going to see in my nightmares. I don't have anything else to add there. I'm definitely going to be dreaming, nightmaring of these tonight. So if anyone wants to know, 3 a.m., what are you doing, Golden?
What is
Having a
that
nightmare
one?
about these skins.
You didn't put Lollipoppy up.
You know what? That one, even the old one, it's just so well known. I didn't want
That's fair.
it to be too easy. Because she's like still got her little creepy face in the new splash art, so I felt like that would have been too long. So trying to make it a little bit hard, a little bit easy. So all right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toad, what have you got?
I'm guessing on like 2 of these. I think I'm like halfway. I have a Winter Admiral Swain. I have just normal Nunu, and then Regalia Poppy.
You got 1.
Okay.
Humor.
I said Northern Forces Swain,
Mm.
Just Nunu, and then Battle Regalia Poppy.
You also got 1.
Yeah.
Fembop.
I said Northern Front Swain, Classic Nunu, and Battle Regalia Poppy.
2. MBK, once again, it's to you.
I think I have 1 or 2 maybe. I said Winter Soldier Swain, Nunu, and Crimson Night Poppy.
You got 1. So the answers to these were Northern Front Swain. Some of you were really close. You just had like 1 or 2 words off. But Northern Front Swain, Classic Nunu, and Scarlet Hammer Poppy.
We were way off that one.
How is this Nunu? This thing looks like it would kill me. It looks like one of the kids that would put you in your own oven and then bake you. That is terrifying.
It is kind
I
of.
don't know if anyone else feels the same way as I do, but that thing is crazy.
What about
So,
Soraka? Old Soraka?
old
I
Soraka
know.
was she was a little creepy too, but I still felt like she was a little bit too
Yeah.
similar to her current splash art.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna move into our third and final category, and that's gonna be old summoner spells. We're gonna put 5 back up here, so we're going back to the 5 by 5. So Wookie, go ahead and throw them up there.
Shoot.
Some of these are super blurry. I apologize. They are very old, and I really struggled to find high definition versions of these. So take a second, think about it. And if anyone has played with these before and has strong opinions about them, please drop them in the chat, because there's one that I cannot believe got to be in the game. We'll talk about that once we get the answers here in a second. Give everybody else like 10 seconds.
Shoot. Which one that is?
4, 3, 2, 1. Lock in your answers. We're gonna start with NBK. What are your guesses?
I did not do good. I think the first one is something called Garrison. Second
Okay.
one, I have no idea. I'm so sorry. And then I said like 5 clairvoyance, something like that.
Other way. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm trying to see. Yeah. What's the last one?
I said barrier.
Okay, so you got 1 of them.
Okay.
You got 1 of them. Actually, no, I lied. You got 2 because you said Garrison, but you didn't put on your. You said it out loud though, but you didn't put
Yeah,
it
I
on
was
your phone.
yeah,
So
that's
okay,
my fault.
2 points
You
to
could,
NBK.
yeah.
2 points to NBK. All right, Fembop.
Doesn't really show, but I said Garrison, Surge, Revive, Clarity, and Cleanse.
You got all 5 of them.
Hell yeah.
Good
We're
for
getting
you.
Wow.
Holy, leaving everyone else in the dust. Humor?
I got Garrison, Clairvoyance, Revive, Clarity, Cleanse.
You got 4. So the second one tripped you up there. Toad?
I did promote, which is not it. Clairvoyance, not it. Revive, clarity, and barrier. I just guessed, which is
So
also not
2,
it.
yeah?
Yeah.
So the answers for these were Garrison, Surge, Revive, Clarity, and Cleanse. Now, what I want to know, because I did not play when this was in the game, is how the fuck can you have Revive in League of Legends as a summoner spell? Was it on like a 30-minute cooldown?
It was a
wasn't
really
that much longer of a
long-
cooldown. Everybody thought you were trolling if you took it.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Really?
Yeah, nobody
Oh,
liked
that's
it.
so interesting. Because I
There
feel
was
like
only
that'd be super broken. That's like Akshan passive. It was like the first time I'd ever heard of like Revive being in the game, and then this.
Well, I don't think tempo was like a thing. So you just basically lost a combat summoner.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, I am learning a lot about old League of Legends here. All right, we've got 5 more. This is the last set of them. So this is anybody's game right now, right? Like, this is anybody's game. Huber is incredulous right now. He's like, what the fuck is on my screen?
yeah.
We have to delete.
So take a minute, think about these. It's funny that one of these was kind of recent, but when I pulled this was from a very old season, so it makes you think a lot about how infrequently Riot actually updates this stuff. It's like, wow, that doesn't look that old. But this is anybody's game here. We're only within like a 3 to 4 point difference, so someone could get 0 and someone could get 5 and just sweep it away here. It's anybody's game. And in case I did not specify for all of our viewers, these players are playing for head pats. That's the win. They get me to head pat them if they win. So, big money here.
I just called it.
Give you guys 10 seconds to think for last set. Three, two, one. Toad, we're gonna start with you.
I just called it pink smite, man.
Let's see. Okay, I gotta double check. I got the thing up in front of me. Okay, so you said promote,
Yeah, I guessed again.
berserk, exhaust, mark, righteous smite. You got none.
Let's go! Last place.
Humor.
I also got none.
You don't want to tell me what you guessed?
I guessed promote. I had no clue what the second one was. I said exhaust also. I had no clue, and then I just said smite. I didn't know what it was called.
Okay. Fembot? So 0 points on the right side of the screen.
I said fortify, promote, stifle, backtrack, and blasting smite.
You got all 5 of them correct.
Did you study? Please tell me you studied.
I do league trivia with my team.
Jeez, oh please, maybe we just need to get your team on here because that would be a very heavy competition. NBK, can you match that?
No, I don't think I can. I don't know. I don't think I got any right. I said banner, promote, exhaust, clairvoyance.
You got 1. You got 1 there. So the answers for everybody that wants to look at these are fortify, promote, stifle, backtrack, and blasting smites. I find it interesting that smite, they just like changed the color of it in like season 11, and that was like in League of Legends recently.
It was so you had like the old jungle items before like
Mhm.
the current ones, and they just changed the effect and just changed the color. I think that one just stunned camps.
It was an
Interesting.
AoE.
It was AoE.
AoE
and
smite.
you exploded
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Well, Fembop over here, wrong side. Fembop is the winner by a lot. Maybe we'll have to do like an all-stars version of this where we get all of the winners on here and play because you crazy. I cannot believe you got any of those correct. All in all, great job, everybody. Fembop, any words of wisdom to your competitors who need to study a bit more?
thank you, Relics, for going over trivia with me.
Shameless plug to Relics, our Vanquisher League op. Thank you all of the players today. Thank you for joining us. We are going to head over to our next segment of Titan After Dark. If you are interested in being on trivia, DM me or any of the staff at Titan After Dark, and we will get you involved wherever you want to be. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody.